And now, their opponents for today's game, the home team, Team Quebec. We'd also ask for the captains of each team to please proceed to center field for the official coin toss. The referees for today's game, referee Marc Lachance, umpire Warren Burrell, down judge Andrew Potter, line judge Eric Esterbrooks, and field judge Joe Pine.
footballstats.ca/live/xlive.htm. That's a good thing. Quebec wins the toss. Yeah. Okay. So Ontario will overseas. All right, ladies, have a great game. All right, shake hands. Bring them all up. We're ready. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Okay.
At this time, we'd ask you to please rise, if you are willing and able, to welcome Lisa Davis, singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras c'est porter le pays, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
It's time for the football.
Hello, bonjour, and tansei. Welcome back to Fredericton, New Brunswick for game number 2 of our day 2 of this Women's National Championship. Little chilly here. Well, maybe not chilly, but a little bit colder than it was in day 1. But perfect weather for football as we get ready for Quebec taking on Team Ontario Red. Bienvenue, mesdames et messieurs, à notre deuxième jour de la deuxième journée ici à le championnat national des femmes de football. L'équipe Québec se prépare à jouer contre l'équipe Ontario Rouge. Sur la première journée, l'équipe Québec a perdu une bataille avec l'équipe Alberta et Ontario Rouge a dominé contre l'équipe Nouveau-Brunswick. Avant le jeu, j'ai eu la chance à parler avec un des fans de Québec. Il m'a donné les statistiques de Frédéric Morneau, qui était le corps arrière l'année dernière. 35 portées pour 870 verges, 18 touchés, 41 passes pour 415 verges et 3 touchés. Une statistique ridicule pour les gars et pour les filles. On commence la joute ici avec l'équipe Québec prêt à kicker le ballon, à botter le ballon, je m'excuse, à l'équipe Ontario Rouge. Le botté à numéro 22 de l'équipe Ontario. Le plaqué, c'est Nando, je pense. Numéro 12, Nora Rando, le Falcon avec le plaqué. Pendant la première journée, on a parlé, je pense qu'à la mère ou peut-être ma tante de Rando, excuse, et elle nous a dit qu'elle pratique la falconnerie. Pas mal intéressant, excuse. Équipe Ontario avec le ballon sur le 43, on dirait. Dans le shotgun. Isabelle Bérubé, le corps arrière. Un fake. La passe. C'est attrapé par numéro 18.
She could.
Sur le 20.
Go.
Le 10.
Wait.
C'est un touché.
Wow.
Équipe Ontario
What a
Rouge. Une belle passe de Isabelle Bérubé attrapée par numéro 18, Tegan Roy.
Yeah, so John, that was an unbelievable pass and catch to start our game. That just shows you the potency of Isabelle Berube and the absolute speed, hands, and concentration of Tegan Roy. So Berube sets, she puts her back foot and her throw deep into the arms of Tegan Roy, and she just outruns everybody to the end zone. What a start for Team Ontario.
Allô Charles, on va faire l'anglais et le français aujourd'hui. On va faire Bobby va faire le play-by-play et la couleur en anglais. Moi, je vais essayer de faire du français pour accompagner.
Yeah, we're gonna have both. We're gonna have a high description in English and a play-by-play en français as well. So stay tuned. You'll understand what's going on in both languages.
40 does definitely have an arm.
Yeah, like she set her feet, she put all of her weight into her back foot, and she just launched it, and it was a perfect ball, right? So the other person, Berube and Fanyon for Alberta, are my top 2 quarterbacks in the national tournament, and we'll have the privilege of watching Fanyon in the next game. But Berube is unbelievable and trying to get MVP of this tournament right now.
Liana Langiano avec le kick pour la bottée pour l'équipe Ontario. Un bon bottée. Numéro 4, Émilie Hubert avec le ballon. plaqué sur le 40. L'offense de Québec, on va voir qu'est-ce qu'ils peuvent faire. Ils vont prendre le ballon sur le 40 et on voit l'équipe Ontario Rouge venir sur le champ. Fais attention, numéro 53 sur Ontario Rouge, une vraiment bonne joueuse sur la ligne défensive. Ça, c'est Caroline Sterling Godou. On va voir qu'est-ce qu'il peut faire sur cette série.
Yeah, so the defensive end at the bottom of your screen has been an absolute menace for people to block as Quebec sets up on their own 40-yard line.
C'est une passe au numéro 17.
Numéro
9. Oh mon Dieu! Sur le...
Wow!
Une belle passe par Petron, excuse. Et attrapé par numéro
9.
Numéro 9, Juliette Lefort. Juliette Lefort de Cobra de Laval.
Yeah, so let's break this down. So anything you can do, I can do better, says Patron. So she launches it up, and she hits right in stride Lefort. So that was a hot start for Quebec, Ontario, and now just an equally hot start for Quebec.
Québec sur le 38, Petron avec le ballon. Elle va les courses.
Patron keeps it.
Oh, elle a la place.
All right.
C'est hors du champ au 20, je pense, peut-être le 21.
So she's tackled out of bounds, so this is kind of a QB power. She slides to her right, she sets up, looks to make a move, and then a little inside shake. Great pickup. First down, Quebec driving into Ontario territory. What a start for both offenses.
Québec avec le ballon sur le 21. Petron dans le shotgun. Un receveur à la gauche. Oh, deux receveurs, je m'excuse. Attention le screen. Ah non!
QB draw.
Petron va garder le ballon. Oh! Un beau plaqué par numéro 53. J'ai vous dit de la regarder. Ça, c'est Caroline Sterling Godou.
Yeah, so that's exactly what we're talking about. So Sterling Godou. So that's yeah, Godou. It's just a big wrap. Yeah, awesome hit. Keeping that to a 5-yard gain. So if you're Team Ontario, you want to stop Quebec from this drive.
Québec sur le 26. La passe sur le champ, incomplète. Le receveur intendé, c'est le numéro 8. Ça, c'est Maïka Hoyi. Elle joue pour les Valkyries de Gatineau, dans la ville de Gatineau.
So Patron throws it a little bit underneath of her intended receiver. She was looking for Maïka Hoyi, right?
Maïka Hoyi, oui,
Yep.
exactement. Petron avec le ballon encore de le 21. On va voir qu'est-ce que le Québec peut faire ici sur troisième essai et 5.
A fake.
Petron garde le ballon.
A short. Big stop by Ontario.
Oui, exactement. Plaqué juste au 20.
Wow.
Ontario prend le ballon au 20. On va voir qu'est-ce que Isabelle Bérubé peut faire après la première série pour Ontario. Le résultat est un touchdown.
So Olivier Eddy says that Seth Galina is an amazing play caller and coordinator. Expect big things today out of the Team Quebec offense. And we saw that hot start there. They stalled a little bit. Second down with just they tried to hit a quick hook and missed. So now Berube is back to work.
Rouge. La tasse à numéro 20. Oh! Un grand plaqué et une foncée par numéro 20.
Yeah, so Langiano.
Ça, c'est Liana Langiano. Langiano.
Yeah.
Le porteur de ballon. C'est deuxième essai et 10, peut-être 10 et une demi.
Yeah, so good wrap there by the Quebec defense. Amélie Rancourt.
Béribé avec le ballon.
Fake. Great fake. It's open. It's
Oh.
there.
Oh mon
Oh,
Dieu!
come on.
Presque attrapé par numéro 18, encore Tegan Roy.
You've got to be kidding.
C'était Rondo avec le coverage.
So that's one of those things that'll happen in a big game. So what a throw, way to put it on her. Again, sets her feet. Look at the fake toss motion. Throws it over top, hits her in stride. Tegan Roy right into her arms, and Tegan Roy just missed it. She just missed it. Hey,
Langiano pour le botté. Oh!
give up two.
Le ballon c'est sur
Give it
turf.
up. Give it up. Don't kick it.
Oh mon Dieu!
Oh, she gets it off though.
Non, ça c'est Émilie.
Oh,
Oh mon
it's
Dieu!
gonna work.
Elle tombe sur le ballon. Québec
Oh.
garde le ballon. Ils vont commencer la série sur le 42.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable punt
Wow.
running away from her end zone. So,
Impressif à Langiano d'avoir ce body sur la... je m'excuse pour mon français là. Under pressure.
yeah, so she misses the snap. The ball's on the ground. She rolls around, picks it up, kicks it deep, and then the returner, number 4 for Quebec, which is Hubert, just kind of fumbles around with it. So, getting those nerves settled in here for Petron.
Oh,
Miss
le
snap
ballon sur le
again.
turf encore. On a
We saw that in the first game all the time. So Quebec can't have that if they're going to win today.
Exactement. Bobby dit que c'était un problème sur la première journée pour l'équipe Québec avec les opérations. Le snap, beaucoup de fois, c'était dans le turf. On a besoin d'avoir il doit améliorer avec les opérations et les snaps s'il veut avoir une chance contre cette équipe Ontario Rouge. Québec avec le ballon.
Second and
sur
20.
le 54. Deuxième et beaucoup.
20.
Petron numéro 8 avec le jet. Ça, c'est encore c'est Maïka. Maïka Rui avec le porteur du ballon. Maïka, bon pour 2 verges sur la course. Encore 3e essai et 17 verges.
So, good joke there by Justice Mosqueda saying they have Petron in fantasy. So, not a bad player to take in fantasy today.
Une belle bottée par Québec.
All right, trouble returner here.
Numéro 80.
Foley. That's Foley.
Foley.
She got out there.
Oh!
Yeah.
Une belle plaquée de gang par numéro 2 et numéro 34.
So
Ça,
don't
c'est
let-
Marie-Lou Hines et Océane Allard.
So don't let the size fool you, folks. Katie Foley, she's a petite athlete, there's no question, but don't let that size fool you. She housed one against New Brunswick in the opener and then gave them a lot of fits when she stepped in as the backup quarterback to Berube, so she's a dangerous athlete to watch today.
Bérubé et l'offense de Ontario sur le... Oh! La
Ball's down,
passe!
it's there again, it's underthrown, but it's
Oh!
caught!
Tegan Roy a attrapé le ballon. Ontario
impressive.
à le 31.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's break this down, folks. Once again, it's Tegan Roy getting behind the defenders and making an adjustment. Like, that is a wily vet type situation there. And hey, that defensive back, Nora Rondeau, right? That's the Valkyrie. This is their top defender, folks. So that's going to be a matchup to watch all day.
Ontario sur le 31. Isabelle Bérubé, le corps arrière.
It's a fake. Berube
Fake,
keeps it.
Bérubé au 25, poussé hors de limite. Poussé hors de limite.
Yeah, these 2 deep balls that Berube has launched, and don't get me wrong, Rondeau threw a very beautiful pass on that first drive too, but these girls are slinging it out here. The defensive backs need to be ready. This is not going to be one of those run games, and you want to get it in before it rains, right? Play to your strengths.
Exactement. Bobby nous dit que on va avoir la pluie à un moment. So, c'est important d'Ontario de faire des touchés avec les passes quand il peut, parce que quand ça commence à pluire... Oh! C'est un sac par numéro 33 de Québec. Ça, c'est Olivia Baudry avec le sac.
Beau play by Baudry. Hein? C'est mon français.
Ça, c'est massif pour l'équipe Québec qui a besoin un peu d'énergie sur la défense.
That was a Baudry play right there. Très beau. All right, so that brings up 3rd down and 9. So let's see if they go back to Tegan Roy. I would. Why not?
Ontario, 3e essai, excuse.
She's looking at her underneath.
passe.
Oh, missed her. That's the first poor pass we've seen from Berube. She's been on the mark, and she's mad at herself. You can tell. She just missed her towards the legs. But Tegan Roy had daylight there. They set up a little slant action with a rub. So a rub, folks, is when 2 people are crossing you're trying to get one person moving in one direction and the other one moving in the other so that the defenders collide into each other. And that play would have worked.
Québec avec le bâton, c'est c'est Émilie
Yeah,
Hubert au
it's new,
corps
it's
arrière.
Hubert. That's right. Patron set to the left.
Émilie Hubert avec le ballon, c'est 53 encore avec le plaqué. Ça, c'est Kallianne Sterling Godieu. Kallianne avait beaucoup de plaqués pendant la première joute et elle a seulement joué un quart pour la joute pour l'équipe Ontario.
Yeah.
So, on va garder nos yeux sur la joueuse sur la ligne défensive.
She, no offense to Team New Brunswick, but I think they started to feel bad, so they pulled her because she was absolutely a one-girl wrecking crew. So there we
Deuxième
go.
et 7 pour Québec. La passe,
Good
c'était
pass.
numéro 4. Oh, mon Dieu,
just broke
presque
on it.
attrapé par numéro 4, Émilie Hubert. Une belle passe
Yeah.
du corps arrière. C'était prétend, on voit deux corps. Bobby, I think they heard us talk yesterday about the two quarterbacks system.
Yeah,
getting
so
them in on the
Madeline Justison, right? So Madeline Justison actually does a tremendous job at preventing pass interference here. She gets onto that shoulder of the wide receiver and at the last minute makes a play on the ball. Madeline Justison, you're making a fellow defensive back proud there.
Québec avec le bottier du 34, hors de limite.
I'm loving the back and forth passing. This is nothing like we saw on the first day. I think Quebec was hiding something, and I think that Ontario was saying, you know what, we're winning. Here we go, starting lineups. So we've already called out Baudry on defense, Amélie Raccord, and Nora Rondeau to watch on defense. Berube, Langiano, and of course Tegan Roy on offense for
L'équipe Ontario
the
prend le ballon 45. Isabelle Rubé à corps arrière. Elle prend le ballon et forcé hors de limite au 46.
So Berube scampers around the right for a short gain of about 1 yard. They're actually showing a loss there. That's interesting. So that's because the out of bounds is so darn quick sometimes. So she actually lost one there. So 2nd and 11.
Deuxième et 11 pour l'équipe Ontario.
All right, so let's see if they get Langiano involved again. They do. They fake it to
Tasse
her.
le ballon à numéro
Backside.
83. Incomplète. Rando avec le coverage.
Tended with Kiana Grant. So Kiana Grant on Monday, I remember seeing Tegan Roy and I remember seeing Kiana Grant. I remember seeing those two as kind of the 1-2 punch at wide receiver for Team Ontario. So as they're giving Tegan Roy a little break there on the sidelines.
Ontario prêt pour botter le ballon du 46. Langiano, le batteur. Une belle bottille.
Hubert back to
Hubert.
return.
Oh, elle tombe. Mais
Yeah, smart play.
ça c'était numéro 30. Ça c'est Annie Debré qui tombe sur le ballon. Québec va. L'offense de Québec prend le ballon au 21. 22, je m'excuse. Petron, le corps arrière, Québec au 21. Premier essai et 10. Petron avec le ballon. Elle a beaucoup de place.
Space.
Beaucoup de place. En travers le centre. Et elle court hors de limite parce que numéro 53. Oh mon Dieu, elle peut bouger. Ça, c'est encore Kallianne Sterling Gould.
How did she track her down, folks?
Mon
Like,
Dieu.
this is not normal. So for a defensive end of her size to track down her on that wide of a play is an impressive athletic feat. Sterling Godot.
Au 53. Premier essai et 10. Oh! Le ballon sur turf encore.
Tambo.
Numéro Tambo. Essaie de faire quelque chose.
It's the first time we've seen Tambo today.
Elle va perdre 4 verges, je pense. 5 verges. Ça va être deuxième et long pour l'équipe Québec. Si on encore voit que les opérations sur Snap, ça donne un peu de trouble à l'équipe de Québec.
So yeah, in the chat they said Kellyanne on track for an outstanding tournament. No kidding. Sterling Godot.
Bertrand
The
avec
pass
la
is up.
passe
That's pass
incomplète.
interference. It's got to be.
We've got a missed
They're all
Québec,
over.
pass.
se demande pourquoi il n'y a pas un mouchoir sur le terrain. On pense un peu de pass interference.
Yeah, there was two girls holding the Quebec girl. Surprised there's no flag there, but all right. So they're back to punt. Quebec is.
Numéro 34 avec la bottille. Oh, c'est un peu court.
They got to blow that
Et
dead.
oh.
That's a safety issue.
Numéro 8 avec le ballon. Qu'est-ce
That
qui
person
arrive?
is technically onside probably because the
Ouais.
punt was so short. So you can explain that one en français.
Sur un peu de confusion, là, la bottille était vraiment court et parce que le bottille était court, numéro 8 est techniquement onside, ça veut dire en arrière du punt. So, ça, c'est la raison on n'avait pas de mouchoir, je pense.
Yeah. I mean, in a lot of games, they blow those types of things as a safety issue. I'm surprised they didn't do it there. When it's up in the air and there's nobody near the football. And actually, if it didn't cross the line of scrimmage, it's also live. That's the other thing,
Exactement.
right? So it's very bizarre. Let's see if it passes the line of scrimmage. I don't think it does. That's probably what happened. Oh, and eight's ahead of the ball. They think she's onside, but she's not.
Ouais, c'était.
But it was
c'était
close.
proche.
It was close. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Avec le
Ball's
deep
up.
ball.
Tegan Roy.
À numéro 18. Oh! Mon Dieu! C'était
That would have been an incredible catch, but
dans les mains de Tegan Roy.
But it's Nora Rondeau with the beautiful coverage and forcing a perfect pass. And with Rondeau, if that's someone other than Rondeau, with that assignment, it's big trouble for Team Quebec. Great coverage by Rondeau.
Rondeau va avoir beaucoup d'action avec la capacité d'Ontario à lancer le ballon.
Le deep ball.
Le deep ball. Isabelle Ribé, le corps arrière au 49.
Here she goes again. She's looking underneath. She's got no one. She's going to have to run.
Elle va
Here she
courir
goes.
à travers le 40 avec un
Smart.
slide.
Oh, she slid before the first
Ouais.
down, though.
Oh, c'est
That's
vrai.
the problem. And it's
Ça,
where
c'est
the
le-
ball is, where she
Exactement,
starts to
ouais.
slide. I think it's short.
Ouais, moi aussi. Ça,
She-
Isabelle Ribé a glissé avant le marqueur de premier essai. Ça va être 3e et 1.
So that's a mental error by the quarterback. So for a very smart and talented player, just a mental mistake there. So when you hook slide in Canadian football, it's when you give yourself up that the ball's marked. She easily had the first down, but she hook slid early. Let's see if it costs the team here. It's going to
3e
go
et 1
looking to be QB sneak.
dans la formation I.
Nope.
Elle
No
va donner
QB
le
sneak.
ballon à numéro 30. Elle a un peu de
They got
place.
it. They got it.
C'est une première essai pour équipe Ontario Rouge.
First we've seen of Neva.
Spadafora.
Number 30 looks like she
Nailed it.
she's going to be able to bring home that first down.
Spadafora.
On a besoin de rouler nos R. Rrr. Spadafora.
Yeah, great seal block inside here by Team Ontario. They grounded the defender, Levia Baudré, who's one of their better players. So the right guard did a great job knocking her to the ground there.
Première et 10 pour l'équipe Ontario Rouge. La motion à travers la formation. C'est un jet à numéro 18, Tegan Roy. Elle a de la place, mais oh! Elle fait numéro 6 manqué. Et c'est... Oh, excuse. Non, j'ai besoin de voir les numéros ici. Ouais, numéro 6 manqué, numéro 5 avec le plaqué. C'était Annabelle Baudry du Blitz de Montréal.
Like maybe a gain of a yard.
Like, good job inside by number 86 for Team Ontario, Jessica Knight, doing the dirty work, just blocking and sealing things off. These people don't get enough recognition for what they do. And that brings an explosive and high impact first quarter to an end of our first semifinal here. The winner goes to gold. The loser is relegated to bronze. A back and forth contest, John, that brought us a tremendous amount of excitement.
Absolutely. Take a second real quick to throw a shout out. Sadia Ashraf, head coach of Team Quebec, played for Team Canada 2010 and 2013. coached Team Canada 2017, 2022, and the Montreal Blitz in the early 2000s to 2014. Oh, sorry, that was playing for the Blitz as well. Her coaching experience with Team Canada 2017-2020, and the Blitz head coach has been coaching that since 2015. Sadia Ashraf qui a coaché avec l'équipe Canada et l'équipe Montréal Blitz. Merci Sadia.
All right, so that's 2nd and 10. Ontario operating inside of the Quebec's 37-yard line.
Isabelle Berube avec la passe.
It's up! It's up!
C'est encore numéro
Good
18.
defense,
Un peu short.
man.
Intended for number 18, incomplete.
Yeah,
Bring
so
up third down
the
for
story
Team
on the
Ontario
Falconry
Red.
for Rondeau, right? The reality is that this is a 14-year-old athlete. This is a young lady. This is not a grade 12 athlete. This is someone who is probably, I'm going to assume, defending a grade 11 or 12 athlete here, and doing a tremendous job. I wouldn't want to have anyone else back there other than Rondeau.
Le botté de Langiano, c'est bon pour, on dirait, 25 verges. Le ballon hors de limite au 15. Exactement. Bobby fait un point que Rondeau, vraiment, elle a seulement 14 ans et une grande responsabilité de couvrir des filles qui ont 17 et 16 ans. Mais Rondeau, vraiment, fait un excellent job pour son âge.
And for any young ladies out there, you know, playing Pee-wee or playing at the minor grassroots level, you know, you're 11, you're 12, you're 13, you're dreaming of being in this tournament one day. She's a prime example of what happens when you play co-ed football. So, you know, she played with men and she played with boys, and that helped.
Petron avec la passe, c'est pour la cible était Tania Tambo, un peu trop sur cette passe. Ça va être 2e essai 10. Aussi, les fans, si je m'excuse si j'oublie un mot en français, tu peux me donner une correction dans le chat. Ça aide beaucoup. Merci. OK, Québec sur le 20, 2e essai 10. Petron, le corps arrière. Tambo et Hubert à gauche comme receveur.
2nd and 10 for Quebec. It's a QB draw. Wasn't planned that way, but it turned into one.
Je pense que là, c'était un petit peu d'un accident. Le ballon dans le turf, Petron a ramassé le ballon et a fait la course à la droite.
So, great little scamper there by Petron. Brings up 3rd and inches. So, we're probably going to see a QB sneak or a quick little fullback exchange here just to pick up the first.
Beaucoup de risques avec cette décision parce que si le Québec ne réussit pas sur 3e.
Yeah.
Oh, un timeout.
So this is where the Ontario defense should probably add another person in the defensive line. So I've seen this from a lot of teams in the tournament where it's short yardage and they still have 2 defensive linemen. You know, put someone else in the gap, put a 3-on-3, and then if they throw behind you, that's super high risk. If I'm a defensive coordinator trying to get a stop here, at the very least, blitz the gap.
Absolutely. Real quick here during the timeout, Carly Manners, head coach of Team Ontario Red, she played in the Maritimes Women Football League, has coached with the Toronto Varsity Blues this year and the U18 women's team, has also played varsity basketball at Algoma. Shout out Sault Ste. Marie. I had a chance to talk to Coach Kyle Cole yesterday, and he credits all the success to this team to Carly. So great job, Carly, leading this program, and I believe Coach D had let me know that the first female coach in Team Ontario history, or first female head coach, in Team Ontario history. So Carly obviously showing her mettle here and leading these girls to so far a very successful tournament.
Yeah, congratulations. I think all but maybe 2 teams in the tournament are headed by female. At least 50%.
At least, I think so.
We'll do the math on that, folks. We'll double check that stat, but at least half, if not more, are headed by a female, which is so great to see. All right, here we go. 3rd and short. Petron up for a sneak.
Sur le centre avec le sneak. Je pense que
she doesn't get it.
Almost.
She did not get it, and that's what I'm talking about. Do you see how they stacked the box?
C'était 53.
Maybe they heard me, huh? I'm not going to take credit, but the thing is they stacked the box, and by calling timeout, look at Quebec. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 girls on the line, right? Oh, 1 doesn't go, but there ends up being 4 girls eventually near the play. So great job.
Sur la boîte, la box que Bobby dit, ça c'est l'espace entre les les joueurs de la ligne offensive.
Yeah, so where the defensive linemen line up in the neutral zone.
Béribé avec le ballon. La passe, c'est...
guess
presque
who?
intercepté par Rondo.
Yeah, that would have been big trouble if Rondo catches that with her feet
Le
underneath
Falcon.
of her. That is, she is flying, pun intended, to the end zone. Watch this break. Oh, great play.
Le Faucon presque avec une interception.
Yeah, she was on her wrist in a moment.
Deuxième essai et 10 pour l'équipe Ontario Rouge. Béribé, le corps arrière. La motion à travers la formation. Une jet à Tegan Roy. Non, c'est une fake.
She's not going to get to the
C'est
edge.
assez de trouver le coin hors de limite.
Yep.
À le 21.
Oh,
un
come
mouchoir.
Late hit.
Ouais.
Yeah, late hit or unsportsmanlike penalty. Somebody could have said something they regret down there, but it was a dead ball foul. It occurred after the play. So let's see. Let's see if there's a late hit. So the first girl comes in, hits her. Okay, that's not late. And she just falls down. So I don't know if they're calling that initial hit by number 2 on Team Quebec, Marie-Lou Haynes, as unnecessary roughness.
C'est contre Québec. On dirait peut-être un plaqué tardif.
Yeah, they're calling it a late hit.
hors de
It's
limite.
it's a little ticky-tack because it looked, her head kind of hit the ground, but she was in bounds when she first started to make the tackle. So
Béribé.
Big gain for Team
Oh,
Ontario.
non, excuse, c'est numéro 80, Katie Foley, encore arrière pour l'équipe rouge.
yeah, so that's because her head hit the turf, so she's probably getting checked under protocol. So here comes Katie Foley.
Ontario, premier essai.
Katie
10,
keeps it.
Katie,
Nowhere to
plaqué par
go.
numéro 5. Ça, c'est Annabelle Baudry.
Looks like it was for a loss of about 1.
Ah, je peux voir Isabelle Béribé. Je pense que tout c'est bon. Ontario, rest easy. Isabelle Béribé looking fine on the sidelines. No issues there. She's walking
Yeah,
around.
but when she comes out, she might have to have a minimum of 3 plays,
plays,
is oftentimes the rules. So
yeah.
it's going to be the Katie Roy show at least for the next play or two.
Deuxième et 11 pour l'équipe Ontario rouge.
Second and 11, Team Ontario.
Un receveur à la gauche. Une ligne de
Look at that matchup
3.
up top of your screen, folks, between Rondo and Tegan Roy.
C'est une fake à
Katie's
Katie.
outside. Rondo's got the edge.
Oh, mon
Missed
Dieu.
her.
Ça, c'est
Touchdown,
un touchdown
Katie Roy.
pour Ontario rouge.
Oh, that's tough. And what's extremely tough is a great player like Rondo is going to kick herself. She had the angle. She dived at the feet. She just missed the tackle. It happens to everybody. Great effort by her, but a great move by Katie Roy. Watch this play action fake. So right here, she just steps outside and just misses the ankles. Katie Roy scampers in for 6.
On peut voir que c'est la deuxième équipe qu'on voit aujourd'hui que quand le starter corps arrière sort pour une raison ou une autre, on voit du depth sur l'équipe Ontario Rouge ici avec Katie Foley qui a pris la place d'Isabelle à corps arrière et encore Oh, excuse. Sorry, I think we said Katie Roy at one point. We meant to
Yeah,
say
apologies, Katie Foley. Yeah, yeah. We had our. Thank you, folks. Yeah.
On va prendre ce moment.
Yeah,
aussi de-
we're so excited about Tegan Roy that we start combining names, right? So Katie Roy turned into Tegan Roy.
Un autre entraîneur sur
So
le
yeah,
Québec.
Katie Foley. So story about Katie Foley, real quick there, John. She got all kinds of reps against Team New Brunswick, so she's warmed up. She knows how to run this offense. To echo your point in French, you have a depth. You have teams that have practiced game-like situations in games. They had a game last time that Ontario that it was a cakewalk, so they were able to get lots of reps for their backup.
Langiano avec le bottier pris par Émilie Hubert. Elle a un peu de place. Oh, elle fait quelqu'un manque. C'est un joueur manqué. OK, Québec va prendre le ballon au 52.
All right, so that sets up first down for Team Quebec. So now you're in a semifinal game, John. It's 16-0. The Ontario offense has been hot. The Quebec has moved the ball. They've done a great job. Just a couple little bit of mistakes, but get your composure together and let's let's capitalize on offense.
Need to finish here.
Yeah, you got it. You got to respond. How do you respond? This is where championships are made.
Le quart arrière, Québec avec le ballon sur le 52, premier essai et 10. Deux receveurs à la droite. C'est un draw de quart arrière. Petron avec un beau move.
Yeah.
Plaqué après 5 verges.
It's a great job by Shelby Hubert Norwood on not falling for the inside step fake by Petron. So solid on both sides. You got 5 yards if you're Quebec. That's a great start. If you're Ontario, you're not giving up the big run. So great defensive play by Hubert Norwood.
Deuxième et 5 pour l'équipe Québec sur le 53. Petron, le quart arrière. Un receveur à la droite, un à la gauche. Le ballon à Petron.
Oh, it's open.
Passe à numéro 11. Oh, juste un peu trop sur ce ballon.
So this is a hook and go, and it's a touchdown ball. It's one that Effie would want back. So for Petron, she does a great job on the fake. She stuns it. She does a pump fake, and number 11 up the sidelines, right? So it was
Doria
OG. So just missed the open arms of OJ. She just needs to take a little bit off of that ball. But a great play that they can go back to because that was a touchdown.
Troisième et 5 pour l'équipe Québec.
They're going for it. Smart.
C'est une passe.
Just need 5. Just
Petron a besoin de la première.
Oh,
c'est une première.
Great job.
Première essai pour l'équipe Québec après
First down.
Une belle course par.
Smart play by Effie. So Effie Petron with a first down run. You can tell that she's a veteran leader. You can tell that she is somebody that they trust with the ball in her hands. And she gets them what they need to extend the drive, and they're moving into Ontario territory.
Premier essai pour Québec sur le 52.
I'd go back to that hook and go.
C'est une passe.
They did it. They went back to it.
À numéro 11.
Oh, it's just off of the throw. So I like that play call, obviously, because I wanted it. So the reality is that the defender wasn't fooled as nearly as much this time, so she didn't fall for the hook. So a hook, folks, is when you run up 5 or 6 yards and you just stop and turn around. A hook and go is exactly that. You fake like you're going to stop and you keep running, and oftentimes it leaves your defensive back in the dust. But not that time. Great coverage by 41 for Ontario. Madeline Justison.
Québec, deuxième et 10 au 52. Petron, le quart arrière. La motion numéro 9. C'est un... Oh non, c'est une fake. Encore un numéro 11. La troisième fois, ça fonctionne.
ODJ.
ODJ avec le ballon.
So I like what they did there, John. So instead of going to the hook and go, they ran a post, right? So what happened there is you'll see the defender, Madeline Justison, who just made an excellent play on the play before. This time she gets fooled and she lets her girl get behind her. So ODJ sneaking in behind, and a great throw on the money by Petron.
ODJ blessé sur... après attraper le ballon.
ODJ shaking up on the play. Hey, to miss that throw and come back and make a perfect dime throw like that, Effie, well done.
On va prendre ce moment aussi de parler de notre entraîneur de Québec. Émilie Bélanger a joué pour l'équipe du Canada en 2013, 2017, 2022. A aussi joué pour l'équipe Montréal de Blitz de Montréal, DEC 2012, équipe Québec en 2012-2016, le Chicago Force en 2014 et le Ride de Regina en 2017. A aussi joué pour l'équipe nationale de Ringette en 2012.
And Aaron Foley, we see you. We thought Tegan Roy and Katie Foley, we just got them mixed up. We got you.
Québec, premier essai sur le 25.
All right, Petron.
Elle a Émilie... Oh, c'est à numéro 9. Un peu renversé. La passe intendue pour numéro 9. Ça, c'est Juliette Lefort. Destinée, excuse pas, intendée. Ça, c'est un autre anglicisme.
Sorry for our New Brunswick listeners. John's been around some Chiac for a little while, so he just needs to.
Ça, c'est qu'est-ce qui arrive à ton
Dust it
français
off.
quand tu as vécu à Toronto pour 3 années.
Exactly.
Et après ça. Oh!
Okay, balls up, turn outside. That's
ça va être,
that's
pass
a
interference.
hold coming back there. I think
Incomplete, but we do have flags on the
they
flag.
holding on offense. That's interesting.
wow, okay,
I think Ontario got away with the one. Justison, watch the hands. I hate to say this as a defensive back, but I have to be neutral here. Watch this, John. So she does a good job tracking the trail hit, but watch as she pulls on her as she comes back to the ball. Watch this right there.
Exactement, ouais.
That's not legal, folks.
Le mouchoir,
She got away with one.
Une retenue sur l'équipe
You
Québec.
have the right to come back to the ball, and that's a big break for Team Ontario. Now, the holding wouldn't have helped, but being offset by a defensive pass interference would have been better. So here we are, 3rd and 10.
3e et 10 pour l'équipe Québec.
Deep in Ontario territory. Big drive here if you're Team Quebec.
Le mouchoir, la pénalité. C'est une fake à 9. Une passe est en défaut.
Overthrown. She's got to put it on her.
Numéro 4 par Émilie Hubert.
Yeah, so we've seen this a couple times, John. So Patron has a wonderful arm. She has a huge arm, but sometimes she tends to fly it. So sometimes the difference between putting on a wide receiver and throwing it is the back shoulder. So if your back shoulder dips, it's going to overthrow. If you keep your shoulders flat, then you're going to put it out in front of your receiver and hit them in the chest, right in the numbers. Patron's trying to overthrow everything. So if you're throwing to Tegan Roy every play, you can probably overthrow it. But you got to know your receivers, right?
Équipe Ontario sur le 25. Isabelle Bérubé, le corps arrière. 2 receveurs à sa droite. Ça va être une passe. À numéro 83. Presque intercepté par numéro 30. Ça, c'est Annie Debré.
So that's the exact opposite. That's the exact opposite of what we just saw on the other side. So instead of overthrowing it, you're underthrowing it. That's equally dangerous because this defender, number 30 for Team Quebec, Annie Debré, who's a very good defensive football player, should have. You know what? That would have been a very good interception. That's a hard play to make.
2e et 10 pour l'équipe Ontario Rouge. C'est une passe encore.
Great
à
ball.
Numéro 83. Elle
What
a
a
beaucoup
throw.
de place.
Yeah.
C'est au 50.
I don't know. It depends on Rondo.
Oh,
No,
40.
she's gone.
Oh mon Dieu, un
That's
gros
actually not
bloqué.
legal. That's not legal, folks. You can't do that anymore.
C'est une touchée pour
Yeah.
Ontario Rouge. Est-ce qu'on a un mouchoir sur le champ?
You can't do that anymore. So that's not something to celebrate. So it's extremely important that we identify the rules. That is a dangerous football player. It was not malicious, but it is illegal. So
Yeah, I think-
as soon as the ball is out of play, whether it's on special teams or anywhere, and the defender does no longer has an angle, you cannot hit them. So that's a peel back block.
A peel back, exactly.
Yeah,
So
it's a peel
just
back. So en français,
je pense pas qu'on a un mot en français à
yeah,
peel back.
we'll just say peel back. But
Chat, s'il vous plaît, si tu connais le mot francophone pour un peel back block.
Yeah.
s'il
but
vous
just
plaît,
call it
tu peux m'aider,
blindside.
ouais.
You know.
Un ear hole, ça c'est un trou de
Yeah.
l'oreille.
So right here, folks, once this defender no longer has the angle, you cannot hit her. So that took away a clear, what would have been a touchdown. So that was also an unnecessary hit, folks. That's the
Thankfully,
other thing.
Rondo looks to be fine,
Yeah.
making her way into her own strength.
Because I mean that girl, 83 for Ontario there, Grant, right?
Kiana
Grant.
Kiana.
She's so fast that she would have beat her to the corner anyways. And can we talk about that throw by Berube? Like put it right on her.
Very impressive.
Right? So Isabel threw a perfect ball in stride, and Kiana was gonna. She was gonna. But they don't wanna see her catch the ball again. All right, I'll stop. Here we go.
Équipe Ontario, première essai et 10 au 50.
Katie Foley's split wide. She
Wow.
looks to be offside. Yep, that's the call.
Looks like we got some flags.
So Katie just got a little excited off the line there. So she's the wide receiver, and she leaves a little bit early. It's blown dead, so it's a legal procedure, backing Ontario up 5 yards.
On va reculer Ontario 5 verges et recommencer premier essai et 15 cette fois à la ligne du centre, le 55. Ça même va faire type blocking.
Yeah, Luke Saunders, you're not wrong, buddy.
Back to the,
But it's also illegal in the MFL too. Yeah.
Première et 15. C'est première et Kamouraska. Bérubé avec le ballon. La
Okay, it's
passe,
up.
c'est à...
Oh, great defense. Debré? Yeah.
C'est Debré.
C'est Debré, yep.
Numéro 30, ouais. Ça, c'est Annie Debré.
Yeah.
Il a frappé le ballon.
Yeah, so Baudry and Debré are two standouts for the Quebec defense. Just so good to see the amount of passing in this game. Both teams have come out and passed more than they have run, and that's so good to see the development of the passing game. I'm sure 2 years ago compared to now, the passing game has grown exponentially and will continue to grow. Great job, both sides.
Deuxième et 15 pour l'équipe Ontario.
Here she goes.
Passe encore à numéro 83.
That's just
numéro-
tripping of the feet.
Ouais,
That's just
exactement.
tripping of the feet. Let's see. Holding offense. So you're going to see this declined. I would. Why let them have another opportunity, right?
That's right.
So 2nd and 15, holding on the offense. They're going to decline it if they're smart for Quebec, and we're going to end up with a 3rd down and 15. So that's what they did, and the aerial assault continues, but both the defenses have been stout, and they're sitting on their heels. The defensive back play, John, has been very impressive.
Sur les deux côtés, vraiment, Debré et Rondeau pour le Québec. Et sur l'équipe Ontario, vraiment, c'était... j'oublie le nom et le numéro.
I'll get it.
Ouais.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's gonna be
Ça, c'est
be
vraiment-
1st down Ontario. So Hubert's return. It doesn't really matter what happens here. That's going to be 1st down.
Ça va être
Roughing the punter.
premier essai pour l'équipe Ontario. On a frappé le batteur du ballon et ça, c'est illégal. C'est une pénalité de 15 verges, je crois, et automatique premier essai.
So it's Madeline Justison who's
Exactement,
been a
ouais.
standout for the in the defensive backfield for Team Ontario. There was the one post, but she's done a great job on those hook and goes.
Le demi-défensif sur l'Ontario numéro 41, c'est Madeleine Justison, une joueuse excellente sur la défense. Premier essai, équipe Ontario.
Yeah, so Luke Saunders clarifying the rule, and he's correct. So must be facing downfield, cannot be facing sideline or backwards. So Rondeau
That's
was
right.
running towards the sidelines with no angle towards the play.
That's right.
She wouldn't have made the tackle. She was nowhere near it.
And
So
Lucas- yeah.
it was an unnecessary block, and it's been taken out of the game for danger. Again, I don't believe there's malicious intent. Actually,
Right,
I'm 99% certain there was no malice. It just is. It's illegal and it's dangerous. So
And Luke was right in saying that with the shoulders facing the sideline or your own end zone,
Yeah.
even if it is an essential block made by the ball carrier, still legal.
yeah, if you're right beside the ball carrier, I don't know if that gets called, but regardless, it was.
Québec avec une belle plaquée, seulement. Ontario gagne
A
3 verges.
rare run. Sienna Cavey. So Sienna Cavey with a rare run there, 2nd and 9. So I think they go back to Tegan Roy. I would.
From the 38-yard line.
So they've been trying to hit Kawan. They've been trying to hit Kiana Grant, but I would go back to Tegan Roy. It's been working for you.
We have a
Timeout,
Team
équipe Ontario.
red.
The other option is to get Katie Foley in space, right? So, like, if you have a jet or with Katie Foley's ability to pass, what about a jet pass, right? If that's in the playbook, that could catch Quebec sleeping.
Des autres entraîneurs sur l'équipe Québec, Maude Lacasse a joué pour l'équipe Canada 2017-2022. Pour le Blitz de Montréal, DEC 2013, équipe Québec en 2016. On a beaucoup d'expérience sur l'équipe nationale, le staff de Québec. Annabelle Chevrier et Andréane Dupont-Parent ont joué pour l'équipe Canada 2010 pour Andréane, 2017-2022 pour Annabelle. Les deux ont aussi joué pour l'équipe du Blitz de Montréal et Annabelle a aussi joué pour l'équipe Québec en 2016. Aussi, Marie-Ève Bello joue pour le Blitz de Montréal. Wow, c'est beaucoup d'expérience sur le staff de Québec.
So the rain is starting here, folks. It's opening up a little bit. It's light at this juncture. We're not expecting a downpour, but all that passing you saw, it's good that both teams got out of their system because the ball could become slippery here for the second half. We are second down and 8.
Deuxième et 8 pour l'équipe Ontario.
Team Ontario inside Quebec territory.
Berube avec le ballon.
Roy's got a
passe.
jump. She's looking
Passé
back at
à
Katie Foley.
C'est attrapé. C'est un
Touchdown!
touchdown!
Katie
Ontario!
Foley!
Une belle passée de Isabelle Berube à Katie Foley. La connexion Foley-Berube.
Hey, so, you know, we talked about Grant. We talked about Roy.
He's fired up.
Yeah, we talked about Grant. We talked about Foley. We talked about Roy. But Katie Foley says, you know, hold my apple juice, right? So this is what happens when you sleep on the third option. And I don't mean that as in third ranked option. I mean there's 3 different options to throw the ball to if you're Team Ontario. Katie Foley, well done. Touchdown. And they widen their lead. This is a hole. They're getting buried a little bit here. So Team Quebec, like this is not. It doesn't look like a 24-0 game. If you were watching this game, folks, it doesn't feel like it's 24-0. But it doesn't matter what it feels like. The reality is, Team Quebec, you have to score something. You've got to do something in the next 3 minutes so you can go into halftime feeling good about yourselves. Going down 24-0 is not good for anybody, and they've showed the ability for that big play. So I'd go back to that post.
Quebec's got to find a way to limit the damage on the deep shots,
yep.
keep the ball in front of them, force Ontario. You know, what's working for Ontario right now is those deep shots.
Yep.
They got to force Ontario to run the ball again, start throwing it short, and maybe they can defend that.
Yeah, so as long as ODJ is healthy, she's an option. But you know who we haven't seen much of? Tombeau. Tombeau in the first game was a weapon. Was an absolute weapon. I don't know if she's banged up or what the deal is, but you got to try to get the ball to Tombeau as well.
Nous nous demandons si on va voir plus de Tombeau dans la deuxième demi de la joute. On a vu Tombeau beaucoup dans la première joute.
We need more Tombeau time.
Tombeau time.
Here we go, Hubert.
Le voté à Émilie Hubert. Court. Oh, un peu de place, mais le plaqué par le Cora Colt, c'est numéro 32. Robin Price de Sault-Saint-Marie.
Tackled by number 32.
So as the rain begins here, you know, the towels are going to start to come out. It's going to impact sometime the size of the ball, or depending on the size of the hand of the quarterback. You know, having played the position and having small hands, it's not fun to try to sling that out there when it's too wet. So here we go. Patron sets up 1st and 10 from our own 40.
Québec, c'est un draw. Il n'y a rien là. Peut-être a gagné un verge sur la joute.
So tackle by number 19 on Team Ontario. It's Hubert Norwood. So Norwood with a excellent stop there. Brings up 2nd and 7 for Team Quebec. Got to get something out of this drive.
7 pour l'équipe Québec.
So Tombo's in there at slot.
On va voir. Tombeau, c'est au slot. Ça va être une passe.
She's open. There she is.
Oh!
Oh!
Attrapé par Tombeau! On a demandé et on a reçu!
Yeah, that's it. Ask and you shall receive.
Exactement.
Tombeau.
C'est Tombeau time,
C'est
mesdames et
Tombeau
messieurs.
time. I love to see it. So that's what they talk about. It just shows you that they say, hey, we got weapons. Let's unleash her.
Tania Tombeau qui joue pour qui va à l'école pour les Aigles d'Or d'Albévio à La Chienne, Québec.
So you got Tombeau at the top and you got Hoyi at the top as well. So let's see. You got all kinds of time. Just settle down, Quebec, and finish the drive.
Premier essai du 41 d'Ontario. Québec avec
Good
la
throw.
passe. C'est
Good catch.
attrapé
C'est
par
Hoyi.
numéro 8. Ça, c'est Hoyi.
Yeah, Hoyi.
Ça, c'est Maïka Hoyi.
So hey, I like that play too. Now, it only picked up 2 yards. It could have been 4 or 5. She just fell down. But I love the call because if you just keep throwing deep, they're going to get onto you there. Throw it underneath, get a positive gain, and you're 3-down football right now because you need a score going into halftime to have any chance if you're Quebec. Here we go. Patron. She
Petron
fakes it. I
garde
like
le
the
ballon.
call. I like the call.
Oh, oh!
Hey, great game though.
Grand plaqué.
Great game. Third and
Dans
manageable.
Numéro 53 et numéro 41. Ça, c'est Madeleine Justison et guess who? Kellyanne Sterling Gould.
So here's the deal. You only got 4 yards to pick up, folks. So I would go back to something similar to what you did. Run away from Sterling Gaudu. Do you see how they purposely run away from her? Kellyanne. I wouldn't run at Kellyanne if I were them either. So let's see. The other option.
Troisième et 4 pour le Québec.
The other option here is just a quick hook. Let's see. They're going to go hook game. She's running. Tombo's got to make a block. Gaudu's got it.
C'est Kellyanne.
That's the story.
Encore. Mon Dieu. Je me demande combien de plaqués pour une perte est-ce que Kellyanne a.
That's the hard part, folks, is that the play was scripted well, but sometimes unblockable people are unblockable for a reason.
Des statistiques, Isabelle Bérubé, 3 passes, 3 dans 11 passes complétées pour 143 verges et 2 touchés. Effet Petron, 4 pour 13 pour 89 verges, pas de touchés.
That's a massive stop for Team Ontario Red. Again, folks, Quebec has played much better than they did against Alberta, and they're not getting rewarded for it. 0 points.
Équipe Ontario sur le 38.
Now, can Ontario
Motion,
score? Katie
c'est
Foley.
Katie Foley avec le jet.
She's a dangerous every time she gets the ball.
Oh, wow!
Good run.
Katie continue à pomper les jambes. Gagné 9 verges, on dirait. Deuxième et 1. Peut-être deuxième et 2. Ah ouais, deuxième et 1.
So, now, we just talked about Quebec needing to respond. So, you can't let it bleed into your defense. You got a minute 30. You've got a dangerous pass team. You've got to have a safety deep. So, let's see. Who's deep? So, they got Rondo matched up against Tegan Roy. They're deep. I like that they're 10 yards off on defensive backs. That's smart.
Ils vont prendre their
They're
shot.
going to hook up, and it's overthrown. Good. That's
Renversé.
exactly what you want. Quebec has a chance to get the ball back here. So it's third and short. So decision time for Team Ontario, John. Do you punt or do you get the first down?
I think 4-0, 24-0. I'm thinking, let's punt the ball here.
That's the
Defense has been playing
safe play, but they're not going to do it.
Well, that's why they get paid the big bucks, and I'm up here in the booth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Talking
What is
about
it?
McGrippers.
Room, board, and meal hall. Meal hall? Okay.
It's mileage back and forth from Riverview.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Quarterback sneak. They're going to hand it off.
Sous le centre. C'est
Good
une
jump
tasse.
by Quebec. Good jump by Quebec.
Wow!
Well
Québec
done.
fait le ballon.
That was beautiful. So watch the defensive tackle here.
Numéro 22.
Perfect jump of the snap count. I don't think they were offside, John. I think they just. I feel like John Madden. How excited I am right now. Watch her jump this.
Check
watch,
la ligne
watch the
défensive
jump.
ici.
Watch the jump.
Sur le
Watch
snap.
this. Boom! That is so perfect. That is textbook.
Ça,
That
c'est
is exactly how it's done.
Catherine Poirier a
22.
pas des vraiment excité.
Catherine Poirier.
Catherine
My girl.
joue pour les Centaures de Courvilloise à Québec.
That was unbelievable.
Impressive, ça.
And hey,
Impressive.
giving Quebec new life. Let's go. Fake there. It's up. Tombo.
Tombo.
Dropped.
Oh,
Great
presque
coverage.
attrapé
Once
par Tanya
again,
Tombo.
the shutdown quarter, Madeline Justison. When Justison does her job, she's hard to beat, right? She's only been beat once since we've been on the broadcast, and it was on a deep post that I don't even know if they were in zone, to be honest. And it might not have even been her zone, or if she was in man-to-man, it might not have been her athlete that she was covering. So.
Deuxième et 10 pour l'équipe Québec. Petron, le carré regard. Tombo à sa gauche. Hubert à sa droite. C'est une passe à Hubert cette fois.
It's underthrown. Okay, that's again.
Rough the passer.
Okay, but I don't understand how these grabs are not getting called. I don't understand.
On pense que c'est un mouchoir sur le terrain. On pense que peut-être roughing the passer.
Yeah, that's a huge break for Team Quebec if that's the case. Let's see. It's
Ouais.
Gaudu. Yeah, I mean.
Ça va être une première essai Québec. On
Yeah.
dirait probablement sur le 27.
Yeah, Luke Saunders agrees with the great timing. Like it was like I thought it was offside, and I go, nope, that was a perfectly timed,
Perfect.
and like blown out of her stance, blew up the play. That's what championship football teams do when there's 1 minute to go and they're
That's
down
right.
24-0. You gotta fight for your life.
Hubert au
Look
corps
how
arrière,
spread the offensive
Petron.
line is, John.
That's
Look how
right.
wide they are.
Émilie Hubert va garder le ballon. Oh! Bel
Let's,
effort
let's
par
ask-
Émilie Hubert.
Luke Saunders, check out this replay, buddy. Tell me about these splits. Are they trying to spread out the defensive ends here? I don't know, man. It's a different looking formation. Look how wide their splits are. We didn't see them set in their stance, but he probably saw it pre-snap. There are probably 2 yards between the guards and the center. Interesting formation. See if they go back to it.
Petron, le corps arrière cette fois. Hubert, receveur. Tambo, receveur.
Yeah,
Les
they are.
deux
They're
à la
split.
gauche.
They're split wide again. Look at the O line, and it's because the ends are so wide, right?
La motion à travers la formation. Les deux receveurs à la droite de Petron.
Here we go.
C'est une passe à Hubert. C'est presque attrapé juste à travers les mains de Émilie Hubert.
Okay. Hey, and the rain's really starting to come down. So this is going to happen more and more where squeezing it's going to become difficult. So this is even the decisions of, the reality is if you end up with a rainy day and you're wearing gloves, it doesn't always help you. So we're going to have the receivers are starting to make decisions on whether to wear gloves or to go barehanded. We are 3rd and 9. This is a huge play for Quebec. You don't need to get a touchdown. You just need 9 yards.
Bobby a dit le Québec a besoin de 9 verges pour une nouvelle série. On n'a pas besoin d'un touchdown sur cette joute. Petron, la passe c'est à Hubert.
Oh, what a play. Oh, come on.
Ça va être un pass.
See, this is where I disagree again. So when it's pass interference, no call. When it is a great defensive play, textbook defensive play, let's watch the replay. Yeah, we'll watch the replay. So watch this ball. Great throw. Okay, let's see if she's early. No, she ain't early. Now, she kind of incriminates herself a little bit by putting her hands behind her back, but...
Moi, j'ai aucune idée si on dit ça en français. C'est interférence de la passe.
Here we go. So they're calling holding, so
okay.
it might have been a little pull right before she caught it that I might have missed on the replay.
Ça,
But
c'est une retenue. 15 verges. Premier essai pour le Québec.
now I'm getting defensive for my defensive backs, right? So here we go. Luke Saunders says, yeah, wide splits trying to spread the defensive ends away from the quarterback. Three-person line is very difficult to stop the edge rush, right, Bobby? All right, well, that'll be story time here in a moment. Did they call a timeout? I think the referees just have a timeout. All right, so just while they huddle up, so Luke is making fun of me. So I used to play quarterback behind Luke about 10 years ago in the MFL, and he played on a 3-man offensive line. And his absolute favorite was whenever I would ad-lib roll out or sprint out and never tell them so that they never slide pro. And then I'd get killed, and they'd be like, what are you doing? Call slide. Why aren't you letting us know if you're gonna roll? I was like, well, just expect me to roll every play, boys.
Just read my mind,
I ain't
boys.
standing in the pocket and looking over Luke, who's 6 foot. I don't want to shorten him. 4, 6 foot 5.
6'4" sounds right.
He'll let us know, but
Short
no.
quarterback problems.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was no Doug Flutie, that's for sure.
All
right.
We've got a correction on that matter. The call has been changed to pass interference.
So,
Okay,
la
wow.
correction sur
Yeah.
le mouchoir, c'était une interférence.
Yeah, so
de la passe.
if you are going to call it, it is to pass interference because the ball was on its way. So huge break for Quebec. Quebec fans, get your rally towels out. Let's go score.
Premier essai et 10 sur le 11.
Look how wide that guard is on the left.
Petron, le corps arrière. Hubert à sa gauche. Tambo à sa droite. Hubert sur la motion. C'est un jet. Non, c'est un fake. Elle flippe le field. Oh!
Okay,
Plaqué par numéro 41.
Quebec has one timeout, 29 seconds to go. They are second and 10-ish. Okay, second and 10. And you do not need to score here. So you have 2 plays to score. You do not have to score on this one. There's plenty of time. You still have a timeout.
Deuxième et 10 pour le Québec.
Here we go. Let's see what they got scripted. Oh, if this is a timeout for Quebec, it's tough. That's tough. If you're going to call that timeout, don't leave 20 seconds on the clock.
Martin Duquette, on ne peut pas afficher les jeux et les verges restants. On a une grosse équipe ici, mais on n'a pas peut-être la technologie ou la capacité d'afficher les jeux et les verges. Mais moi, je vais faire un effort de toujours dire le jeu et les verges qui reste pour le Québec. Et pour l'Ontario.
Je les verges, that is.
Down distance.
Down distance, okay, yeah.
Luke going with an inside
Throwing
blitz.
up your hands is a surefire way to get yourself a penalty. Yeah, facts. Yeah, she did the opposite. She did the hands behind the back. I didn't do anything. But yeah, O-line, they always put their hands up, and it's like, yep.
Get over there. We're going to be
Act like you've been there before. All right, so what are you calling, Johnny? What do we got here? So what's been working? So to me, I would do a speed out to Tombo. So you get her out of the slot. Okay, so she's on the left. You run her up to the goal line. You put it out and you put it on her. Right now you're matched up wide, right? You've got your best cover corner for Ontario.
I'm
Matched
going
up.
away from Kellyanne. That's what I'm doing.
That's well. I'm also throwing it away from Justison is what I'm doing.
That's right.
It's a toss or it's Patron. I mean.
Oh, c'est Petron!
she's gonna get there!
Je pense qu'elle va toucher!
Oh! Wow, what a huge play for Quebec.
Petron avec une belle touchdown, une course de 8 verges.
So that's a delayed response, folks. 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, John and I were talking about the importance of Quebec going into the half. We were, Quebec seemed a little deflated 90 seconds ago, but man, oh man, that's something to build off of in the second half. And hey, if you can take Ontario's pass game away and make them run because it's wet, Quebec has Patron running back there. It's going to be the Berube Patron who can run for more yards in the second half.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There sure is. Get this
Patron,
convert.
man.
All
Hey.
blocks. See, that's huge too.
Ça c'est
Yeah.
massif.
So now it's 3-score game instead of 2.
Si moi
So-
j'ai un mot pour décrire Petron, c'est tough. Petron là, elle est tough.
TUFF.
Ouais, exactement.
Like Pony Boy. Did you have to read that? The Outsiders?
Oh, the outside. Yeah.
Yeah,
Long,
you did.
long
Yeah,
time
you're
ago.
like, oh, geez. Yeah, but you're 91, so it's even long ago for me.
That's
Longer
right.
for me. So yeah, Pony Boy. Shout out to Pony Boy and the Greasers.
Tough.
Yeah, TUFF tough. Hopefully the people in their mid-40s appreciate our reference to the Outsiders.
I don't know, my youngest brother had to read The Outsiders, I think, too. We, is that in middle school?
For me, it was grade 9. Yeah, grade 9.
Yeah.
Shout out Mrs. Edelman. All right, here we go. Back to football. So we got 10 seconds to go. Do you kick it deep? Do you kick it deep? No.
Squib it.
Yeah.
Don't kick to Katie
Don't
Foley.
kick to Katie Foley. Exactly. She ain't
Quebec-
no Katie Roy. She's Katie Foley.
Québec prêt à botter le ballon.
Here we go.
C'est un squib
Stay in bounds.
à numéro 41.
Oh, she's on her.
Oh!
That could have been Quebec
41.
ball.
Oh, mouchoir sur le terrain. Peut-être c'est un OC. UR.
Levez le genou quand vous courez. Lift your knees when you run. Yeah. So who's Jessica talking to?
Aucune idée.
Yeah. Jessica wants people to get their knees up. We're just not sure who. Yeah, so could be the tale of two halves here. I think both teams understood the weather was coming. They wanted to air it out, and yeah, there's towels out there, but you can't manufacture a dry day.
That's
So,
right. Real
Getting a
quick-
lead is huge for Ontario, but again, that response by Quebec is massive for your morale and to
Yeah.
know you're capable. Because I mean, when we break down the stats at half, it was a lot closer statistically than the
Yes.
score is showing. But all that matters for Team Ontario is they're up 18 going into half.
Real quick, I know we talked about Carly there. I don't have any information on the other coaches from Ontario Red, but quick shout out Heather Hamilton, Melissa Greco, and Paige Hamilton, and the mentee coach and athletic therapist Kayla Johnson. Thank you very much for all your hard work and getting these girls ready to rock out at this tournament. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Luke Saunders makes a good point. He says inside blitz, so if you just put your linebacker at 3 or 4 yards, act like she's going to cover and just go, those guards ain't getting there.
Surprised there. We
And
don't.
it's interesting that the guards adjust to the defense instead of the defense adjusting to the guards.
That's right,
Right? It's like who's gaming who, right? Yeah.
Surprised we haven't seen the the classic mugged linebacker for Quebec. We see that all the time for the boys' side, bringing a linebacker down about a yard off from the line of scrimmage and one of the gaps.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see the adjustment. I mean, you'd probably they'd go QB draw and they'd chip with whatever running back is in the backfield. They just have to chip. So.
OK, on est prêt ici. Après le time-out, Ontario, c'est premier essai et 10 verges du 51.
So Katie Foley's out there and Kiana Grant's out there. So, you know, to me, it's double post or go in post. It's just take a shot. You got nothing to lose. As long as you don't have an interception return for a touchdown, a very low percentage play, take a shot.
Yep.
Might as well, especially if it rains more.
C'est Foley et Grant à la droite de Berube.
And we just saw Foley, what she's capable of in deep. Look how far off the Quebec defenders are playing it smart.
Ouais. Berube avec le ballon, c'est une passe.
There you go, ball's up.
C'est lancé.
That's good defense.
C'était incomplète, intendé pour Katie Foley. C'était C'était rando sur le couvrage, j'ai manqué.
That play only took 2 seconds.
Peut-être numéro 5.
That play took more than 2 seconds. Come on, Ab, start the clock.
OK, ça devrait être le dernier jeu de la demi. C'est encore Foley et Grant à la droite de Berube.
Hook and ladder, flea flicker.
Deuxième et 10.
Neil.
Oh.
Hook and ladder, flea flicker.
Ils vont prendre un
Neil.
genou pour finir la demi.
Yeah.
So, le score après une demi de football, c'est 24 pour Ontario Rouge, 6 pour l'équipe Québec. Des statistiques vraiment vite. Moi, je vous les donner en français. Après, je vais avoir Bobby qui peut les lire en anglais.
So while he pulls those stats, Ontario 24, Quebec 6. You know, the tail of the tape, we're about to go over the stats that will tell you that this shouldn't be 24-6 when you listen. Here we go.
OK, so pour l'Ontario, on a 8 premiers essais, 32 verges sur le terrain, 193 verges de passe pour un total de 215, 6 pénalités pour 50 verges et 1 turnover. Pour le Québec, c'est 9 premières downs, 96 verges sur le terrain, 89 dans l'air, pour un total de 159, 4 pénalités pour 39. Sur l'Ontario, Isabelle Berube, 3 passes de 13 pour 143 et 2 touchés. Katie Foley, 1 pour 2 pour 50 verges. Sur le terrain, c'est Katie Foley, 2 courses pour 21 verges et 1 touché. Isabelle Berube, 4 pour 7. Neva Spadafora, 1 pour 2. Sienna Cavey, 1 pour 2. Tegan Roy, 1 pour 1. Les réceptions, c'est 2 réceptions pour 105 verges, 1 touché Tegan Roy, 1 pour 50 pour Kiwana Grant et 1 pour 38 pour Katie Foley. Sur le Québec, c'est 4 pour 15 pour 89 verges pour Effie Petron à passe. Sur le terrain, c'est Effie Petron, 11 pour 87, 1 touché. Émilie Hubert, 3 pour 5. Maïka Hoyi, 1 pour 4. Les réceptions, c'est Juliette Lefort, 1 pour 32. Tania, 1 pour 28. Dorian Nodigier, 1 pour 27. Et Mike Ahoy, 1 pour 2. Ça, c'est les statistiques pour la première demi.
Yeah, so, again, this is kind of one of those games that I haven't seen in a while where you look down at the stat sheet and you say, okay, this should be tight, but it's 24-6. Tell me these numbers are lying to you, and they are. So let's start with Quebec. So Effie Petron has thrown 11 passes and she's rushed for 87 yards. Katie Foley for Team Ontario has rushed for 21. That's the biggest rusher for Ontario Red is Katie Foley with 21 yards. The difference is, of course, in the air. So Isabelle Berube has completed 3 passes for 143 yards, and Tegan Roy is caught for 105, and then Foley on that nice deep ball, and Kiana Grant with 1 big play. So just the big play after big play in the air for Berube. And then the receiving on the Quebec side, they've still thrown for 89 yards, which is very impressive. And Juliette Lefort, Tanya Tabo, and Odige have all caught 1 pass for 32, 28, and 27, respectively. So very advantage in the pass for Isabelle Berube, but the rushing for Petron has been solid. And as it starts to come down and rain, if Ontario is unable to throw the ball, can Quebec come back? That'll be the story of the second half. We'll see you then.
Should be able to beat the thunderstorms then by the night. Yeah. Dressing to the practice squad. Big drop in pay, but yeah. They make more on the practice roster in the NFL than most CFL players.
CFL starting to get a bit better. Like I know the minimum is like it's like $7 grand. Now that wouldn't be practice roster, so.
No, that's
And that's like for 6 months of work.
My thoughts were short, my hair was long. Caught some is Mambo number 5. One, two, three, four, five. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna be a buzz like I had last week. I must stay because on this team I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they're getting sweeter. So what can I do? I really beg you, my lord. To me, learning is just like a sport. Anything high, it's all good. Let me judgmentally sing in the trumpet. A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita, all I need, a little bit of Tina's what I see, a little bit of Sandra in the sun, a little bit of Mary all night long, a little bit of Jessica, here I am, a little bit of you makes you your man. Mambo number 5. Jump up and down and move it all around. Shake your hand to the sound. Put your hands on the ground. Take one step left and one step.
And we'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the contributions and hard work of all the volunteers here and within the participating provinces who have put in a stellar effort to give these young women an opportunity of playing in the 2024 U18 Women's National Championships. Football New Brunswick would also like to thank its partners who helped make this event a reality. Capital Area Minor Football, the City of Fredericton, UNB Reds Football, Trias, Sanctons, Barry's Special Care Home, and Valley Graphics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of the second game on the second day of the Women's National Championship. Bienvenue au retour à la deuxième joute sur la deuxième journée pour le tournoi national féminin de football ici à Fredericton, Nouveau-Brunswick. L'Ontario, équipe rouge, à 24 points. Le Québec à 6. Ontario va commencer à botter le ballon au Québec. On va voir l'offense et F.A. Petron du Québec. On va voir si on a des ajustements pour la deuxième demi. Ontario getting ready to kick the ball off to Quebec. Quebec will see Petron and the Quebec offense take the field, and we'll see what they can do here in the second half, if they've made any adjustments to try and score on the stout Ontario defense. Here's the kick from, I lost my page. Langiano, I believe. Hubert catching the ball, fielded it, tackled it around the 32-yard line. Hubert avec le ballon plaqué au 32. Petron et l'offense du Québec prend le champ. Premier essai et 10.
33-yard line.
So we'll see what Quebec comes out and does here. With the rain coming down, you got to think these teams are going to get familiar with the run. Maybe move away from the pass, but I have been wrong multiple times this broadcast, so we shall see. Je me demande si Québec va commencer à courir le ballon parce que la pluie a commencé. Est-ce qu'on va voir les équipes? Est-ce qu'ils vont arrêter de lancer le ballon? Petron, je pense que numéro 11, ça c'est Dorian Odissé, était offside au commencement de la joute, du jeu, excuse. So, on va reculer le Québec 5 verges et on va faire la deuxième essai encore. Deuxième et 20 pour l'équipe Québec. Petron, le corps arrière. Odigé à la droite et c'est numéro 8, Maïka Rouilly, à la gauche. Motion à travers la formation, Odigé. Maintenant à la gauche de Petron. C'était une passe. Ah, à bout. C'est Kalian encore avec le sac. Ça, c'est Kalian Sterling Godu.
Brings up third down and long for Team Quebec. Rain's really coming down there now, folks. So it's going to be a lot more running. Or at least we think.
I was just saying.
Otherwise it's going to be slippery. Yeah.
Said teams may go to the run here, but we've been wrong about a lot. So
yeah, we've been right a couple times.
There's a couple.
Broken clock twice a day.
La bottée, c'est court. Katie Foley, elle tombe sur le ballon. Ça va être no yards, une penalty no yards.
Yeah, for Quebec, if they're able to establish the run, and the big thing for Quebec is they need some defensive stops.
Blessé sur le jeu. Katie Foley down on the play. Doesn't look too serious though. Looks like it might have just been maybe an ankle.
Yeah, she's looking to just hobble.
Yeah, just a little gingerly walking around there. Katie Foley, je pense que c'est rien de sérieux. Quelque chose.
We have a no yards call on Team Quebec.
Ah ouais, et la pénalité c'est no yards sur Québec. So, l'offense d'Ontario Rouge va prendre le ballon sur le 34. Maintenant, je pense pas qu'Ontario va changer beaucoup. Avec un lead de 24-6, je pense qu'on va voir Isabelle Béribé lancer le ballon encore.
Really? Okay. Bold prediction. I would give it to Lijian. There it is. Run.
Ça, c'est numéro 20, Liana Langiano.
Yeah. So Langiano, just ball security, protect the lead, milk the clock. Now, they're going to clearly pass. I'm not saying they won't, but it is significantly different conditions than we saw in the first half.
Deuxième et 8 pour l'équipe Ontario. Isabelle Béribé, le corps arrière. Langiano, le running back. Et Tegan Roy à sa droite comme receveur.
In motion on a jet.
C'est un jet à Tegan Roy. Un beau bloc par Langiano.
Can we talk about that defensive play by number 30 on the Quebec team? That's Debré. Yeah, so it's just more Annie Debré. So, folks, if you're teaching how to take on a block and get off a block with your outside shoulder, Annie Debré is textbook. Watch this. So as she breaks right there, see how she keeps her right arm extended and free? That's exactly it. Now the runner has to cut back up inside. Debré, great play.
So, la penalty, c'est sur Ontario. C'est. J'ai pas vu c'était quoi. Oh, c'est retenu.
Yeah, and she got held on the play.
Yeah.
Even more impressive. So, they declined the penalty, which is smart in this weather. Third down and 6. See, this is the story. If you're scripting a comeback, right? So if you're scripting a comeback for Quebec, what it looks like is Ontario is forced to run because of the conditions, and Quebec is able to shut it down because pass has proven to be their Achilles heel.
Exactly.
They have not been able to stop the pass of Ontario.
Le botté de Langiano, un peu de trouble avec le ballon. C'est une fake. Oh non, excuse.
Give up the single. Give it up. Give up the point. There you go.
Le botté à travers
right, she doesn't even have to make the decision. So, folks, in Canadian football, if the ball's kicked through the end zone, it's a single point. So it's called a rouge. C'est en français. It's not a red. It's a rouge.
Un rouge.
Yeah.
So, comme Bobby disait, dans le foot canadien, si le ballon s'est botté à travers la end zone, c'était 1 point. On appelle ça le rouge. Même en anglais, ça s'appelle rouge.
And here's the good news: if you're team Quebec, You're down 3 scores anyway. That single means nothing, and now you have good field position at the 35. If you pick that ball up on the 5, you're in big trouble in the rain trying to go 105 yards, right? So I actually thought that was the best outcome for Quebec.
Québec avec le ballon sur le 35, leur propre 35. C'est Odigé à la droite et Maïka à la gauche.
We're going to need a
Petron
squeegee here, John, to
arrière.
see.
Oh, c'est Petron avec le ballon. Elle fait la course. Plus loin.
Back to the line. Maybe a gain of 1,
That's
but
terrible.
but yeah,
gagné
the
un
rain's
verge.
coming because we need some Windex or a squeegee here. We got to start looking around the windows. Yeah.
2nd and 9.
So that's a long, that's 20 yards to pick up 1. 2nd and 9.
Deuxième et 9. 33, ça c'est Olivia Baudry.
So interesting to
Avance pour
see
la France.
Tombo's out of the game. So, you're not going to get a jet from her. Here we go.
Ah,
Straight
ouais.
QB draw.
OK, je vois pourquoi.
Oh, great tackle on the outside.
Hey, ça, c'est un bel effort, vraiment. Et je vois maintenant pourquoi ils ont mis 33. 33, ça va être un lead blocker pour Petron. Ça, c'est Olivia Baudry. Si tu vois dans le replay, 33, elle attaque un des gaps immédiatement comme un lead blocker. Un bloqueur.
But Khalees Daniel with a great hit, a great stick, preventing the yardage there. We're 3rd and 4 in your own end, so you're probably kicking, but will they go for it?
They're going for it.
They are indeed going for it. This
Ça va
is
être
a,
Petron encore. Je pense
a
qu'elle va avoir la...
very-
Oh non!
Oh, what a tackle.
C'est un beau plaqué
Guess
par
who?
41.
Yeah, she's playing Madeline Justison's
Ouais.
making her case for player of the game on defense for Team
Wrapped
Ontario.
up that tackle like a donair, ladies and gentlemen.
Justison is deserving of defensive player of the game up to this point. She's in consideration. Obviously, we have the standout in Kellyanne Sterling Godot.
Yeah, hard to...
but the thing is like Julianne's been locked
Key
down.
tackles, yeah.
She's been knocked down.
Yeah. Ontario prend le ballon, première et 10 du 44.
I actually agree with the call to go for it there. I really do. It's a championship semifinal. You got to extend the game.
C'est Tegan-Roy, receveur à la droite.
Oh, this is big.
C'est un bad snap. Ontario prend le ballon.
Okay, huge break for Team Quebec.
Ça, c'est Langiano.
Except,
Oh, mon.
is that a face mask or something?
Ouais, je pense que c'est un...
Mon Dieu.
T'as une chance c'est un face mask.
Oh, that would be a bad break for Quebec. When it rains, it pours, literally.
Je pense que c'est contre Québec. Ouais, c'est un face mask contre Québec. Ça va être 15 verges après un vraiment beau plaqué pour une perte de 10 verges. Mais Ontario, maintenant, vont avancer 15 verges à propos le 30.
So, yeah, I don't know if it's dead ball or face. Did they go face mask or did they go dead ball? I don't know. But, yeah, so Millie Rock, why are there only 2 O linemen? Well, it's 6 persons on the field, so you can choose how many linemen you want. And
Only one is required.
I wouldn't recommend 5.
Only one is required.
Yeah.
It's a fake.
Great
C'était
fake.
une fake. Ils avaient
She's
drillé hors de limite
the corner.
à le 20.
Yeah. So no, and anyone, if anybody thinks either of these quarterbacks are a single threat, they're not watching the game. It's just wet out there now. It's hard to throw. It doesn't matter how good you are. A pro would have a tough time with
The
the rain
great
that's coming down there
equalizer.
right now. So we all know how difficult it is to throw a wet football.
Ontario,
First
première et
and 10.
10, 19. Le ballon, c'est à numéro 20.
Langiano.
C'est un... Ontario gagne
Gain of 1
un
yard.
verge sur le
And that's what
jeu.
you got to stick in with Quebec. So now, what's the adjustment? So the adjustment is they're going to pull it. So Berube's going to run around the center, right? So what's going to happen here is the defensive end or the outside linebacker need to stay home. What that means is they need to stay outside and attack the upfield shoulder of the quarterback. I fully expect her to pull it here.
Fake
passes
toss
it.
and passe
Hey.
à Tegan Roy.
There you go.
Presque attrapé.
The
C'était-
results. Oh my.
C'était rando sur le couvrage.
Team Ontario Red.
Okay, so again, folks, to keep a level head here, let's see if this call of what appeared to be a perfectly timed play on defense. I don't know. Quebec coaches are furious. Let's see the replay. I don't know where the defensive pass interference occurred. It would have had to occur prior to the actual ball being caught, but if we can get that one played back,
C'est penalty contre Québec.
that's a really tough break for
Interférence de la
Quebec.
passe.
Again, it's two penalties have killed this drive for Quebec and really given new life to Team Ontario.
For Team Ontario Red.
Ballon sur le 4 pour Ontario. Première et goal.
Yeah,
Première et but? Non, c'est première et goal.
yeah. First and goal. That down box is wrong. That needs to be flipped to 1. So unless it's broken.
Millirock, no
There you go.
worries. Not a lot of people are used to 6-a-side. It's definitely the lesser played out of the versions of the game.
All right. Big opportunity for Team Ontario to put a chokehold on this thing.
Sur le 3, Ontario, c'est un jet à Tegan Roy. Elle trouve la place. Touchdown,
Touchdown, Tegan
Ontario rouge. Tegan Roy vraiment dangereux sur le jet. Tegan Roy so dangerous on the jet. Also dangerous in the deep pass game. You know, we're seeing a multifaceted offensive player here. Great read.
That's a tough drive for the defense of Quebec. 2 penalties killed them. After a great play, that one hurts. So they could really use a blocked convert here.
L'Ontario prêt pour le bâti, c'est numéro 20, Langiano prêt. Le bâti, c'est
Good.
bon.
It is good.
So 33 for Team Ontario and 6 for Quebec.
33-6 pour l'équipe Ontario rouge.
33.
Vraiment, l'équipe Ontario rouge, impressif. Comme on a vu une victoire dominante contre le Nouveau-Brunswick, mais je pense vraiment la joute contre Québec, peut-être un peu plus proche, mais
Well, it was closer. The thing is by all means, it's 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's lots of time for Quebec to make a run here, but the thing is that the stats we read at halftime, Effie Patron ran all over the defense. The difference was the pass game.
yeah.
And that drive was nothing Ontario did. That was 2 defensive penalties. That's
Yep.
all that was. That's all that was. There was nothing that Ontario did. Quebec beat themselves on that drive, and
That's right.
the first call probably happened. The second call was a tough pill to swallow. Coaches disagreed, but hey, like you said in the previous broadcast, coaches, players, officials, they all make mistakes.
That's right.
They do things that we disagree with.
Players will drop balls, coaches will make
got
bad,
it. You got
make
it.
bad calls, and refs sometimes miss things. You know,
You
we're all
got it.
human. And
Or they made a good call and I'm wrong. That's
That's
also
right.
a possibility.
That's
So here we go.
belle bâtie par Ontario.
Here we go.
Émilie Hubert,
Hubert.
10.
Backwards.
Plaqué, oh mon
Great
Dieu,
tackle.
plaqué par numéro 22.
Yeah, Sienna.
Ça, c'est Sienna Cavey.
Cavey.
Out of St. Michael's, is that in oh, St. Michael's, Niagara, never mind. My apologies, I know something about the St. Mike's in Toronto. I don't know anything about St. Michael's in is that St. Cat's or Niagara. If anybody knows anything about St. Michael's High School, let us know in the chat.
All right, so as the Quebec offense, they're looking to re-kick here. So they're sending Ontario back to kick. That's a smart call because the field position was not great there for Team Quebec.
So, il y avait
So they need a new try to get another chance.
Il y avait une pénalité sur l'équipe Ontario, sur Québec, a accepté la pénalité et ils vont faire Ontario botter le ballon de nouveau. Après, ils ont reculé de 5 verges. Langiano prêt pour la bottée.
Hubert back to return for Quebec.
C'est un bon bâti.
Fielded by Hubert.
Hubert avec le ballon. Elle a un peu de place.
Puts a little move
Oh mon
on her.
Dieu, oh, il y a beaucoup de place.
Go, Hubert.
C'est
Go,
Hubert.
Emily. Go, Emily.
Avec un
Go,
autre
Emily.
passeur.
Great
Plaqué
return.
au
There we go.
41. Un excellent retour.
All right, that's what the doctor ordered for Quebec. So, great field position, starting in Ontario territory. Look at this little sprint to the sidelines for Emily Hubert.
Québec, premier essai 10 du 42. Petra du trouble avec le ballon, mais elle tombe dessus. Ça va être deuxième et 22.
So that's where the wet conditions are going to come into play again. So for a team that on the first day was having some snap security issues, now it's going to be twice as hard.
Deuxième et Rivière-du-Loup pour Québec.
Saint-Louis de Haha.
Ouais, deuxième et Saint-Louis-du-Ha pour le Québec. C'est la meilleure ville au Québec, Saint-Louis-du-Ha.
C'est ça. That's what I was going to say. C'est mon favori.
Pétron, le corps arrière dirigé à la droite, c'est numéro 9.
Okay, Patron.
Elle a pensé à lancer, mais
She's got it.
Pétron
Oh,
avec un
great tackle.
belle course.
Guess
Elle
who?
gagne 10 verges.
Yeah,
C'était
41
cal-
again. Yeah, that's my player of the game on defense right
Madeleine
there.
Justison
Yeah,
avec le
Justison.
plaqué.
So, any Maddie Justison fans out there, your girl's playing her heart out.
Third and 12.
Excusez, c'est Juliette Lefort à la gauche de Pétron comme receveur.
And ODJ in the slot.
Odigé bouge à la gauche. Maintenant, Odigé et Juliette Lefort à gauche.
So,
De
you got to be
Pétron.
less predictable for Quebec. You can't just go QB draw all game, you know? And that's what they're doing here. That's the
Et c'est
problem.
Calian.
Now she's short of the first as well, so it's going to be turnover on downs. I mean, it's not as creative as Ontario, and that's the fundamental problem.
Je me demande si c'est... une seconde. I'm wondering if that's designed or if just she's
Well,
taking a
she
look
looks like
downfield
she
and-
looked downfield for a moment and
Yeah.
then went. I'm not blaming the coaches on that one.
Yeah.
But that's where you got to tell your quarterback, hey, look, you can't just do this every play because they're going to kill you. You know, they're going to get to you. They're gonna put hits on you, and you know that's not that's something that's become a little bit too predictable. So we need some misdirection if you're Team Quebec. Promising drive again, stalled.
I've known a few quarterbacks that have made the decision to pull it or to run with it before.
Happens in
the
high
ball's
school.
been snapped.
Happens in high school all the time.
Shout out Ryan McFadden, if you're listening. That one's directed at you.
Yeah. Throw the ball, Ryan. Just kidding.
I think he plays corner now.
All right. Because he pulled it and ran all the time.
Well, he's responsible for the Riverview Miracle against
So the
St. John High.
no, absolutely. Hey, shout out. And the reality is, if you're the quarterback for Riverview, you just turn around and hand the ball
You
off.
exist in the 3 seconds it takes to get at the Samson Green. Great Friday Night Lights quote.
And there goes Samson Green. And there goes Samson Green. All right, so we got 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go. 33 for Team Ontario, Quebec 6.
Ontario, premier essai et 10. Le ballon sur le 29. Isabelle Beribé, le corps arrière. C'est Liana Langiano, le running back. Et Kiwana Grant, le receveur à la gauche de Isabelle.
All right,
C'était
here
une
we go.
fake. Isabelle Beribé.
No, that was a well-timed
That was
play
fine.
by the defense.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was fine.
By Team Ontario
You got to give yourself up earlier than that.
Une perte de une demi de verge.
Second and 9.
So Quebec fans, you need your defense to get a stop, get the ball back, and score quickly here.
Maybe a little quick turnover.
Yeah, but I mean, again, prevent the pass. Don't go away from the pass defense because the run defense for Quebec has been stout.
Deuxième et 9 pour
It's a
l'Ontario.
toss.
Toss à Langiano. Elle fait un plaqueur manqué.
Great
un
stop
défendeur
by
manqué,
Team
excuse.
Quebec. Exactly what you needed. Get the ball back, score up quickly.
Un beau plaqué d'équipe pour le Québec. 3e et 7 pour l'Ontario. Je
So
pense
that's
qu'on va
good
voir-
play by the offensive line, but there's not really any what we call second level blocking from receiver or anybody to spring that one. So 3rd down and 7. Punt team on for Team Ontario.
Langiano prêt pour botter le ballon. Du 31.
Ball's up.
C'est pris par Émilie Hubert.
That's no yards.
Après
Yeah.
une pénalité de no yards.
She might break it.
Hubert,
Though. She might break it. Oh, close.
Ça, c'était vraiment une plaqué qui a sauvé un touchdown. Ça, c'est numéro 23. Julia Boomer. I almost said Boimer. Thank you for the phonetics on that one.
Yeah, so here you go. Do or die for Quebec. You got to score every series you have the football now. So it's going to be 3-down ball for the rest of the game. There will be no punts from Quebec. You live, you're guaranteed an opportunity for bronze, but you didn't come here for bronze. You came here for gold. So what can they dig deep into their playbook? What can Effie Patron put together that is more than QB draw? Right? That's been
right.
the story of this second half.
Premier et 10 pour le Québec. Hubert à la gauche. C'est Juliette Lefort à la droite.
And props to the Ontario defense for bending and not breaking.
Ça va être une passe. C'est un peu de pas de la bonne communication. Je pense que Émilie pensait que c'était un hook and go et je pense que Petron pensait que c'était un hook. Je connais pas les mots
She gives
français
a
pour hook and
thumbs
go,
up,
so.
so she knows. I think the thumbs up is saying to the receiver, saying to the quarterback, "I screwed up."
Ah, OK.
The thumbs up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a
My
sarcastic
bad,
thumbs
my
up.
bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's a sarcastic one.
Deuxième et
There we go.
10. Petron
QB
avec
draw.
le ballon. Elle
Ooh.
trouve un peu de place pour gagner 7 verges.
That being said, it makes it 3rd and manageable. Extend the game.
Je pense vraiment que Petron avait une chance de gagner plus de verges si elle est en dehors de la boîte.
You want her outside the box. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you got a 3-person defensive
limping.
line there now. She's gonna incomplete wet game.
Passe
That's the wet ball
incomplète,
there.
intendée pour Émilie Hubert. Je pense que Petron a un peu d'un limp maintenant.
I think that was more of a, oh man, it was incomplete. Yeah, I don't know. She kind of did a little bit of a crip walk there
Yeah.
too.
So that's got to worry you if you're Quebec. A lot of the
Yeah.
offense coming through the legs of Petron rather than the arm.
Yeah, she'll be all right. It's 14 minutes to go and
That's
her
right.
opportunity
Tough,
for goal.
tough.
She ain't coming out of this game unless they drag her off. So.
Ontario, premier essai 10 du 38. Le porteur de ballon, c'est Langiano.
Good tackle.
Bon plaqué par numéro 30 encore. Ça, c'est Annie Debré. Je pense vraiment que Annie Debré, c'est notre joueur défensif de
That's
la
right.
Ouais.
Yeah, it's Annie Debray for
Rondo
Quebec.
peut-être. On a-
Yeah, but not
Je sais
compared
Debray,
compared
ouais.
to the first game.
Yeah,
Debray's
Debray is,
been all over the place, and Madeline Justison for Team Ontario,
Yeah.
defensive stalwarts.
Deuxième et 10 pour l'Ontario. Jet à Teagan encore. Elle trouve la place. Forcé hors du terrain au 41.
Yeah, and offensively, I mean, if you watch that first half, Berube was chucking it all over the field. Anybody else back there for Team Ontario, and this is not a 33-6 game. All due respect, to Katie Foley, but Berube is got a different level arm.
Langiano prêt à botter le ballon du 40. Mon Dieu, Catherine Poirier a presque bloqué la bottée. Émilie Hubert avec des moves.
Nice move.
Une belle course
Great
sur
return.
54.
And we got
Ça
some
va
type
être
of penalty
une
there.
pénalité sur Québec.
Must have been a late hit.
On n'a pas vu
Yeah.
ça, mais on pense que c'est une...
It seems to be indicated to some type of after the whistle hit.
some extracurricular activity. Numéro 87, c'est Waverly Kendall. blessé sur le jeu. Caverly Wendell down on the play. Trainers are talking. She's moving though. Doesn't look to be too serious. But trainer making the right move here and just making sure everything's good, not rushing anything. We always want to make sure player safety is the number one thing here, so making sure a big shout out to all the ATs and the doctors and paramedics we have here at the field, making sure that we play this game safely. And she's getting up.
Yeah,
good to go.
that's great news.
And
yeah, just on that, just all the volunteers that make this happen, standing in the rain, standing out of the tents, organizing from Football New Brunswick, Capital Area Minor Football, Football Canada, all the coaches, all the concession people that work, the people who work in meal hall, the people who work in the dorms. You know, what a great week this has been, and Sunday is going to be incredible.
Football back.
Game 2 of 4 today. The winner today will go to the gold medal round. The loser will be relegated to bronze. And our next semifinals coming up at 3 o'clock between Team Alberta and Team Manitoba. That'll be a 3 p.m. kickoff.
So real quick here, when you get a next chance, I'll give some shout-outs as to how you can get involved with women's football.
All right.
Petron,
Quebec.
non, c'est pas Petron, c'est... oh, un beau plaqué. C'est qui le corps arrière? Ah non, ça c'était le running back peut-être?
Michael Hoyer, wasn't it?
Ouais, ça c'était Mike Hoey.
Yep.
Run by number 8, Hoya.
Ah ouais, c'était... Ok, ouais, Mike Hoey.
Direct
C'est la
snap.
position du corps arrière.
So they're trying something other than a patron run. I mean, after seeing her, like you said, limp off, it's good to get another option. But again, I don't... There's Tombo. Let's see if they can get her the ball.
Petron, un retour au corps arrière.
She's getting
Jet
the ball.
à
There you
Tombeau.
go.
Elle trouve un trou, elle fait la place. C'est une belle course.
I don't know. There's something in the water, but like that girl, she changes games, man, and I'm surprised she hasn't had more touches because she does things like that, right? And when your quarterback's getting hammered every play, let's like she dances. Look at the feet on her. You know what she reminds me of?
Who's that?
Right? She reminds me of Thompson for the National Indigenous team, just with her
That's
sticking
Taj
in the
Thompson,
ground,
that's
right? Taj Marie.
Yeah, very similar players.
Yeah, and that's a huge props, and we're going to see her tonight against Team New Brunswick. Watch
Une belle course par Tombeau, a gagné
for
17
Taj Marie
verges.
Thompson. Here we go.
Petron, la passe à Tombeau, c'est attrapé. Un beau move.
Yeah.
Plaqué.
And she's getting screams from the Quebec sidelines. Like, Tombeau is probably very popular on that team because I can hear every girl up here screaming.
Ça va être la fin
Excitement.
du troisième quart.
Like, look at the moves. All right, Tombeau time.
Tombeau
This is
time.
what you need. Let's Quebec. It ain't over. 33-6. You get a quick one here. You have life.
So if you're interested in getting involved with women's football in Ontario, head over to footballontario.net and check out their female football membership. The CCWFL, the Central Canadian Women's Football League, not very familiar with this one, but I'll do some research in between and talk more about it. We've mentioned AWIFA before, the Ontario Women's Intercollegiate Football Association. I believe some schools are offering scholarships now. It's a contact flag league played throughout the winter, and some of those games really cool as... you know, snow, no snow, they're still playing. I'll go over the last one here in just a sec. Québec avec le ballon, c'est un jet à numéro 8.
She might have the edge. She might have the edge.
Wow.
Good tackle. So that's third and short.
Plaqué par numéro 11. The other one I wanted to mention really quick, and I know a lot of people involved with this one, is the OWFL, Ontario Women's Football League. It is an all-women's league for minor football, ages 13 to 18. Check it out, OWFL, Ontario Women's Football. Get involved. Even if you're not a player, we need coaches, we need officials, we need volunteers. Get involved, help grow this sport, be a pioneer.
So not to put too much on one play, John, but 3rd and 3 for your whole tournament right here. It's a fake.
jet.
It's a great fake. It's a
Petron
great
avec
fake.
le ballon, ça
She's
va.
got the first down.
Première
First
essai,
down, Quebec.
Québec.
All right. We have life, folks. Now, Quebec, you got to get on the line. You got to start calling plays quicker. You got a big hole. You can't wait.
First down. on Team Quebec.
So real quick as we go, the CCWFL, the Central Canadian Women's Football League, provides the opportunity for women in Quebec and Ontario to compete in tackle football. It is a senior women's league, so 18 and over. It is the league the Montreal Blitz played out of. Okay, I know what league this is now. So another senior league for those wanting to continue their journey, football in Ontario and Quebec.
All right, so they've tightened up the splits a little bit on that offensive line.
Pétron avec le ballon.
Oh, they're gonna get hold. They're gonna get a hold here, so that one's coming back, folks. But the only good news about the hold is it does stop the clock. And the clock is not your friend if you're Team Quebec. The one thing I will comment on, John, that's been very nice to see is, despite being in a big hole, that Quebec sidelines is cheering on their teammates and extremely excited every time their girls make a play.
That's right.
So they have not given up on this football game, and there's just been pure composure from Ontario. They've acted like they've been there before. They're not getting too high. They're not talking to the other team. They're focused on getting to the gold.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what their goal was, to get here and get to the gold.
Yeah, they are on a mission.
It's a nice segue because the Olympics opens tomorrow. So.
Si vous êtes intéressé à jouer le foot en Québec, j'ai pas beaucoup d'informations, mais tu peux aller à le site web. Une seconde. C'est footballquebec.com et pour trouver une équipe pour jouer sur. Ou si tu veux faire du volontaire ou être un entraîneur.
There we go. Oh no! Tombo jumps on it though.
Tombo sauté sur le ballon.
Yeah. So that's the first mistake we've seen from Tanya Tombo. Wet day. Man, and it looked like her blockers were set up. Let's see, John. Did she have room if she had have caught this clean? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But man,
stifling.
I'm telling you, 54 on the offensive line for Quebec. She is getting upfield. Alami Chantoufi. Great job on getting downfield and just mauling people. The right guard, shout out.
Ça va être un
It's
jet.
a give. It's there.
C'est Marika.
It's there.
Oh, wow.
Nice
beep,
hit.
Beep.
Okay, so
Hand off to Hoya, number 8.
that's a good gain, but if you're Ontario, you'll take it. That's 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. So not many things in the playbook in the rain here. Honestly, if you have a trick play or you have a reverse, now's the time to pull it out, because the standard jet and the standard QB draw is not going to get you 15 yards, and it's really wet to be throwing it downfield. So to me, this is a great time for a reverse, but I don't know if they have it in the playbook.
I think if I'm Quebec here, I want to start trying some other stuff, see what might work, because other teams are going to know in that 5th place game, whoever it may be, that this offense runs through Pétron.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw. That's the problem, and it's really wet, real low percentage. Here it is. Going to Tanya Tombo.
Ball to Tombo, almost caught.
Yeah.
She got up there.
Yeah, good try.
Incomplete.
La passe intendue, le receveur intendé, c'est Tanya Tombo, presque attrapé avec deux défendeurs d'Ontario.
Yeah, good defense by Ontario there. The hold proved to kill the Quebec there. So again, the story is not necessarily in this second half what Ontario has done, because they've scored one time, but penalties. Quebec has shot themselves in their foot multiple times, John.
That's right.
All right,
Ontario avec le
defense.
ballon sur le 40. Isabelle Béribé, le corps arrière.
Here
A
she
gardé le
goes.
ballon. Et couru hors du terrain au 41. Je m'excuse, on ne peut pas vraiment voir le terrain parce que la pluie. Notre fenêtre, c'est toute trempe. So,
Mary Lou Haynes for Quebec had a nice little force outside there to make sure that it was just kept to a 4-yard gain. Yeah, we need one of those squeegee folks.
we do need a squeegee.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Isabelle Béribé
Goes
garde le
again.
ballon
Same
encore.
idea. Same force
Hors
by.
du terrain.
Yeah, that looked like a same play from Mary Lou Haynes. And it's a gain of nothing. Actually, a
Marie-Lou
loss of
Haynes
one.
a forcé.
And it's out of bounds, so that's ideal for Team Quebec.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, seriously, I mean, keeps the
If this
clock from
rain
going.
started at the beginning of the game, again,
It'd be
it's
a different game.
Well, it'd be a run affair, and Quebec would have been, this is what we said: get your passes out early.
That's right.
That first half was unbelievable from an aerial perspective.
Langiano prêt à botter le ballon.
Go get it. Go block the kick.
Un beau botté.
Okay, Hubert picks it up.
Hubert sur le 45 avec le ballon. Oh mon Dieu! Elle a fait une coupe de défendeur mort. Elle a plaqué sur le 47.
So this has turned from a shower to a full-on raindrops here, folks. We expect this to be the heaviest rain of the day, and then it may taper off for the evening games. But the next semifinal, we've got two solid running backs. We've got Gates coming in there for Manitoba, and John Cornish, our John Cornish lookalike for Alberta.
That's right.
Yeah. Here we go.
Fake jet, c'est Petron avec le ballon. Elle a fait.
Got space. She's got space, folks. Oh, she might have been out of bounds before she fumbled. We're gonna see. Yep, it is called out of bounds before she fumbled. So great run. She's a little banged up there.
So il n'y a pas de fumble sur le jeu. Petron pointe
Yeah,
sa main
so
maintenant.
let's see. It's hard to see that those pylons indicate out of bounds. So she steps
Out of
out
bounds right
and
there.
then fumbles. Yeah, she literally knocks over the pylon.
Yeah.
So
During this injury timeout, this is pretty cool. I'm on the OWFL site, and their last season, the 2024 spring season, 7 football clubs. In the U19 division, the Cumberland Panthers, London Wolfpack, the Peel Women's U19, Kingston Sharks, the London Junior Mustangs, the Chatham Kent U19 team, and the Clarenton Knights. Congratulations. That's an awesome accomplishment to have that many teams playing. So only growing, and I can't wait to see what the numbers are going to look like for the 2024 fall season.
yeah, so Luke Saunders mentioning in chat the 4-person rush is wild in 6-person football, and I think that if it were dry out here, I think that's an adjustment. You don't send 4, and if you do, it's much easier to throw. But knowing that the rain is just pouring down, you're sending aggressive pressure, and it's clearly working. Now with Patron out of the game, Hubert steps in at the controls for Team Quebec, and I'm expecting QB draw.
Émilie Hubert, le quart arrière pour le Québec. 2 receveurs.
Aura DJ is coming across.
Oh.
It's wet.
Petit trouble avec le snap encore. C'est numéro 20.
In the backfield, number 4 taken down by.
Une seconde là pour le numéro. Je pense que c'est 29. Céline Lewis-Chan.
Bringing up second and Edmonton.
It's really hard for us to see the numbers here, guys, with the windows all over, the
What?
water all over the windows. There we go.
Second in Edmonton.
I stole it from Saskatchewan, so.
Okay,
Hubert
ball is
avec le
cleanly
ballon.
picked. Hubert's running around, trying to find some room.
Number 4.
All right, so 3rd and 15, roughly.
Yards, bring up third down.
9, Shelby Hubert Norwood avec le plaqué.
Yeah, 3rd
There
and
we go.
16.
The
It's,
province of QC just started the U18 Women's League this year called the LFFMQ. I'll find more details on how you can get to the website here in a second.
Thank you, Sonia. We appreciate you spreading the love, growing the game.
Hubert. Oh, timeout. Perfect. Okay, let me do some Google
Time
here.
out. Come back.
La LFFMQ. Une seconde. Une première ligue féminine de football pour mineurs au Québec. L'époque où le football était considéré comme un sport exclusivement masculin est définitivement révolue. Pour la toute première fois au Québec, les footballeuses de 17 ans au moins peuvent désormais évoluer dans une ligue entièrement féminine. C'est excellent. So, si tu es intéressé, lffmq.ca pour plus d'informations sur le football féminin au Québec.
I don't know if we have a chat bot in the chat there, but Sunhead keeps talking about Blue Rivers music.
No, that's his username.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
Sunhead almost called out for being a bot. But
Yeah. Sorry, Sunhead. Blue Rivers music. I gotcha. I don't read too good. I'm old.
Shout out Blue Rivers Music.
Yeah.
Hubert avec le ballon. c'est
Launches
passe.
it. Come back to the ball. Ooh, that's a hold.
Ça, c'est, bon. Ouais.
Probably uncatchable, though, unfortunately.
Throw was incomplete. intended for
They're really letting the play out here.
number 11.
On a 6 minutes et demie restant dans la joute. 33 pour l'équipe Ontario Rouge, 6 pour le Québec. Ontario
7-yard line.
prend le ballon au 27.
Interesting, 33-6 in the semifinal. Your starter stays in for Team Ontario. We saw them turn to Katie Foley against Team New Brunswick once they started to get up, but still feeling insecure with 6 minutes to go.
Berube le corps arrière. Le porte-ballon s'est fait.
Great tack, Debray.
Beau plaqué par Annie Debray.
Yeah, Annie Debray.
Le porte-ballon pour l'Ontario, c'était Sienna Cavey.
Yeah, this
Annie
is
Debray.
just downhill, reckless abandon. Boom!
Wow.
Oh, what a tackle.
Ça, c'est mon choix pour le joueur défensif.
Oh,
de la
no
joute du
question.
Québec.
If it's not Annie Debray, I quit. And that might make a lot of people very happy. So you better pick Annie Debray. I'm making no one happy today.
Deuxième et 15, 14.
Ron,
Cavey avec un autre beau plaqué.
great play. Number 80 for Quebec, sticking her nose in there. Eloise Viau.
Louise Viau.
Yeah, so I'm very impressed by the toughness there.
L'Impact Collège du Rocher Saint-Lambert de Varennes. OK, troisième et 15 pour l'équipe Ontario. Je pense qu'on va voir Ontario botter le ballon avec Langiano.
Yeah,
Matthew,
so
we are definitely not biased.
Yeah.
I'm from Ontario and live in New Brunswick. We got to make sure we give a bilingual call as we are a bilingual nation. So no bias and towards Quebec. Happy for both teams here and just happy to help grow the game.
all right, here we go. Quebec with the return. Hubert lets it go out of bounds. So no, again, impressive first half. The story of the tape, if you're just tuning in, has been an aerial assault from Team Ontario. The most impressive pass-catch game I've seen of the tournament. Getting everybody involved statistically. So here is the defense of Team Ontario coming out. And Quebec is trying to... Oh, good news. Back in is Petron.
Petron, un retour à la position de corps arrière pour le Québec.
All right, here we go. So here we go. Tombo with the handoff. Let's see if she can make some people miss. All right. Wrapped up by two Ontario players. Oceane Lalonde and Shelby Hubert Norwood. So an impressive showing all around from Team Ontario, John. This team is threatening for gold with 4 minutes to go. Too little, too late for Quebec, but it's honestly, this team has a very legitimate chance at winning the gold.
Yeah, and that's what I said on day one. They're Ontario Red. I picked them to win the tournament. I think, honestly, after watching what Calian did that in the first quarter, that first game, just a destructive force of nature on the D-line.
Yeah, so you've got the stalwart on defensive line. You've got Madeline Justison, who's my pick for the defensive player of the game for Ontario Red, has been a lockdown corner, making tackles all over the field. You've got the aerial Isabelle Berube to her Tegan Roy to her Katie Foley.
That's right.
And getting
Tegan Roy.
Kiana Grant involved. They've got a three-headed monster in the receiving core. They get a dry day on Sunday, whether it's Manitoba or it's
That's
Alberta. I'm nervous for them. I'm nervous for that defense.
Yes.
All right, back to Petron. Dishes it out, incomplete.
La
Pass
passe intentée pour Odigier. C'était Price, je pense, Robin Price sur le courage. Mark Willett, very happy to see Ontario's success. The growth of girls' women's tackle football in the province has been exponential after not even existing before 2022. Go for gold. Great point, Mark, about, before 2022, this didn't even exist. And, look how far we've come in only 3 years, the third iteration of the tournament here. People are excited. More girls are playing football than ever. And that speaks volumes of all the work people are putting in across the country and growing this game.
Yeah, thanks, Mark, for that comment.
Oh, c'est Petron avec un plaqué. Ça va être le ballon, ça retourne à Ontario sur le 50. Actually, I'm recognizing Mark Willett, I believe, the head coach of the Cumberland program. Those blue helmets you see on Team Ontario, including Kellyanne Sterning-Godou, plays for Mark, I believe, back home. Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but...
we agree with the exponential growth there.
Yes, for sure.
Going for gold, putting together a very impressive roster. The girls are very excited. And shout out to Madeline Justison, representing her home club, Scarborough Thunder.
KV with the run.
Oh, man. Also, can we talk about the fact that it's Scarborough Thunder U16? So we've just got the rookie and the sophomores, the grade 9s and grade 10s, has been exceptional off the charts. So we're going to see a lot of these players return year after year, John. Yeah. And just imagine what the grade 12 versions of these players are going to be, because they're already exceptional.
That's right.
447-65.
Stick with it, Madeline. Stick with it.
That's right. Mark Willett saying that's true. That is the head coach of the Cumberland program. I believe Mark coached with Team Ontario in the 2 previous years as well.
Handoff is to Sienna KV. Just trying to run out the clock here. 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 5, I should say, for Team Ontario. All but a foregone conclusion at this point. We're inside of 3 minutes. Now Quebec's trying to play for momentum here when they go to the bronze medal game. And Team Ontario has all but punched their ticket towards the semifinal. The weather really made this a second half of very little points. Here we go. Ball is bounced off Quebec and fielded by Ontario. I'm not sure why there was a flag there, because the ball hit the girl, unless it was a no yards that was late to the ground. But that is a live ball once it hits the returner. So let's see here, John. Was there anyone within 5 yards? No, that should be Ontario ball. Unless they're calling it some type of an illegal block.
Ontario devrait garder le ballon.
It should, yeah. I mean, it bounced off her face mask. Guys and girls, trying to catch that ball on a downpour is a nightmare for anybody.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, if you're in pro football or you're in, grassroots Pop Warner. It's really hard to catch a wet ball that's coming from a punt.
Très difficile d'attraper un ballon botté pendant la pluie. Les joueurs professionnels ont aussi du trouble à faire ça. Just a quick note here for the chat. Being accused of being a little biased towards Quebec, maybe what you guys are hearing is when a team's up by quite a bit like Ontario is now, we cheer for close games as we want. We want good football, we want exciting football, we want tight football. So maybe a couple O's and A's when Quebec gets close to scoring a touchdown or not catching a ball. We just want that score to be close. We want to watch some entertaining football. So no bias intended. We are 100% neutral in this.
Good plays are good plays.
That's right.
On both sides. All right, so Ontario, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. So coming up, for those who are tuning in for the majority of the tournament, we have a stingy defense of Team Manitoba facing a potent offense of Team Alberta.
I can't wait.
There's going to be a lot of rain expected. So the run game would be important. Defense and holding on to the football would be extremely important. And Manitoba, like you said, the ultimate equalizer. If they can open up the gates with Gates at running back, they have a massive advantage to a defensive run it down your throat type game.
That's right.
But the quarterback and the running back for Team Alberta are both capable of breaking huge runs. So it's Fanyon, number 11, Watch for her in our next game. And
Halaki.
Halaki. Halaki is absolutely a power back, but with speed. It's all in the quads.
Ola Wadare. That's what I'm with. Mary Grace versus Rahima. I can't wait to see it. Oh, we got like a full-on dance number on the field here. This is pretty wicked.
Both teams, Quebec and Ontario, are both grooving, and the refs are even getting
I love to see this.
The only people who aren't dancing is the Quebec sidelines. The Ontario sidelines is grooving.
This is awesome. You know what? We all love to win football games. We all love to be competitive. But at the end of the day, like, as soon as the game's over, you know, these girls are friends. And I just saw it at the Canada Cup. You know, Team New Brunswick playing some Zoomer-aged game with Team Saskatchewan, and you know, the tournament's over, they're having fun, and you love to see it, right? And maybe at the next level, these girls will see each other in the WIFA or some of the senior women's football leagues. So, very cool to see.
So Nathan Smith, congrats Ontario, congrats Carly, Heather, Isaac, Favor, Ava, Celine, and everybody.
Premier essai 10 pour Isabelle Bérubé et la France d'Ontario. Elle gagne presque une première essai. Ça, c'est 7 verges, je pense, mais on a un drapeau, un mouchoir sur le terrain. Matthew Fines, no worries, buddy. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew. Respect you trying to make sure that we make sure we keep things fair and professional. So no worries there.
Yeah, this is all for fun, folks. Yeah. We're not getting paid, and at the end of the day. We just do our best to call what we see.
We are getting paid in hot dogs.
Yeah, I've had a hamburger today. Had a Big Mac there on Monday, as I shared live.
Couple Diet Cokes.
Yeah.
OK. Ontario, c'est 2e et 3. Isabelle Bérubé, le corps arrière. C'est numéro 83. Kiwana Grant, le receveur à la droite.
Interesting to see the starter still in for Team Ontario.
Et c'est Spadafora! Le fait. Oh, c'est Bérubé avec le ballon.
Yeah, faked you out, John.
Fell for that one.
Yeah.
Spadafora got me. I think I was just excited to say the name, to be honest.
I kind of want Penne Pasta all of a sudden.
Penne Pasta would be good.
Man. I would love a French fry.
Spads. That's a great nickname. Spads for Spadafora, but I enjoy saying Spadafora too much. So
yeah, Spads. It's good.
Great sportsmanship from both teams. You love to see it. Couldn't agree more. Oh. C'est numéro 15, blessé sur le jeu. Ava Coleman. So Ava Coleman a little shaken up on the play. She looks to be okay, though. Trainer helping her off the field.
So in real life, we are 2:20. The semifinal, next semifinal, set to kick off at 3 p.m. For those who want to tune in, Team Manitoba, Team Alberta. With the rain starting now, it could be the ultimate equalizer. Obviously, didn't happen in the fourth quarter in a tightly contested semi.
And we have a penalty against Quebec, face mask. We'll be moving back 15.
Now, we'll do old school, like, you know, Roosevelt in the 1940s.
We have to
you
do
know.
the voice like this. Emily Hubert with the ball, the 41-yard line. Hubert with the keep. Oh, it's a fumble on the pass. Hubert manages to make it downfield, making it to the miss.
Emily picks up about 7 yards. That was incredible. I couldn't keep a straight face.
Oh, I've been waiting to use that voice.
All right, so 2nd and 3 for Team Quebec. There is 50 seconds and counting. And I'm just going to let John call this with his 1930s voice.
Lined up in the gun. The ball's on the 49-yard line. Tombo on the jet motion. It looks like it was a miss. She dumps it deep. And it's almost caught by number 9, Juliette Lefort.
That's incredible. I feel like somewhere Charlie Chaplin is smiling. It sounds like Guys and Dolls.
Hey, no. If
does anyone have any dice? John might need some dice and some craps tables and.
No audio. We got to make it fun. All right,
I think it's that dance. I think it was that dance number that we saw on the sidelines.
3rd down and 3. Keeps it herself. Calls her own number. Headed down across the center of the field. She's tackled by a gang of Ontario defenders on the 51-yard line. Okay, and goodbye to the voice. On retourne au français. Émilie Hubert avec la première essai pour l'équipe Québec.
So yeah, great news there for Team Quebec. They get a first down. There's 20 seconds to go, so there'll be 1 or 2 plays left to see if they can get a touchdown and build some momentum for their bronze. But this will be Team Ontario red going to gold. Team Quebec will be going for bronze.
Premier essai 10. Ça devrait être le dernier jeu de la joute.
Last play of the game right here. And it is a good one for Team Ontario. So that is number 32 with a sack. Robin Price out of Cork Collegiate Institute.
Saint-Marie.
So nice hit there to finish the game. Congratulations to Team Ontario Red. You're going for gold. Quebec, just not enough today.
Still playing for a medal.
Playing for bronze. So
félicitations à l'équipe Ontario Rouge qui gagne la joute 33-6. Le Québec a maintenant la chance de jouer pour le bronze. L'Ontario va aller jouer le gagnant de la joute de Manitoba et d'Alberta pour la joute d'or.
So we'll stay on air for players of the game, and while we wait for that, tail of the tape, as we mentioned, there's kind of a three-headed monster on defense for Team Manitoba. So in our first round, we saw Mary Grace Alawarde, Isabel Campbell, and Peyton Tursky leading the defense for Team Manitoba. On Alberta, the offense led by their quarterback, Sarah Fannion, and the running back is Halaki. So Rima Halaki was unstoppable.
And Sid, Mel's favorite.
Yeah, you got it. Don't forget about Sid the kid. Sid Ani. Yeah. So Bowers, the running back, 21.
We're going to get it wrong again.
It's the phonetic says Bowers.
Oh, no, it's right there. We got it. It's Sid and E.
Yeah, nailed it.
Sid
nailed
and
it.
E.
I'm proud of you.
Out. Okay.
So, that's the offense versus the defense, right? So,
here we go.
We have Malcolm Appleby, president of
Malcolm Appleby, El Presidente of CAMFA down there. And Josh Harris, my boss, a.k.a. Executive Director of Football New Brunswick. Shout out, Josh.
Team Quebec.
All right, defense.
Offensive player.
Number 17.
Yep. Valid choice. She played all right.
Oh, my goodness.
She did all right.
We got the stats here. Effie's final stats, 5 for 21, 94 yards. Passing 20 for 142 and a touchdown. Effie Petron, 5 passes de 21 pour 94 verges. 20... Ouais, excusez, 20 pour 142 et 1 touché sur le terrain.
It's got to be Debray. It's got to be.
It's got to be Debray.
Number 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice.
That one, not hard to figure out. We called her name out a lot. C'est Annie Debré, vraiment déservant du MVP, joueur défensif pour le Québec.
Well deserved there.
I'm going Calian for Ontario. I know you're you're probably right for.
Let's see.
Offensive player of the
Well,
game,
gee, I wonder who this will be.
number 80, Katie.
Oh! Big shout out
That
Katie
is a
Foley.
shocker.
I love it.
That is
Great.
a shocker. Yeah. No.
Katie Foley, you
Hey,
know what?
Super deserved.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we really thought that Isabelle Berube's first
You know-
half
and
would
you
earn
know
it
what?
for her, but Katie.
Hey, better
Katie caught
completion
it.
percentage for Katie too. 50%.
Yeah, there you go. So Katie,
1 for
Katie
2.
threw a pass for 50 yards and took that.
Here we go. This is where we find out.
Number 53.
No way.
That's I'm 3 for 4 'cause
Madeline,
Katie Foley.
Madeline, I just want you to know, mad respect. You played good. You played awesome there, girl. And I think that you were equally deserving that award today. Awesome job, Kellyanne, Sterling
Quick
Godot.
shout out, Kellyanne. If you want to play for the Riverview High Royals, all you need to do, convince your parents to buy a
Move,
home
yeah.
in the Riverview area.
Seriously.
And we will get you on that squad.
But yeah, know that you stood out, Maddie Justison. Great
Yes,
game.
absolutely.
Great game.
Just as deserving, I think.
Yeah, if you listen to the broadcast, we're big fans. Great job. Congratulations, Team Ontario. Quebec, good luck in the bronze medal game. But the victorious Ontario Red is advancing, and they will play the winner of Team Manitoba and Team Alberta. Stay tuned for that Manitoba defense versus Alberta offense. And do not sleep on Eden Gates, the running back for Team Manitoba. She ran all over the place in the opening game. And do not forget on defense for Team Alberta, Lacey Muth.
That's right.
Lacey Muth was a stalwart on defense all day in that first round game. So
C'est tout pour nous pour la deuxième joute. On va prendre un petit break. On retourne pour la troisième joute contre Manitoba et Alberta. That's it for us, folks. We're going to take a little quick break here. Maybe fire another couple Diet Cokes downrange, and we'll be here for the third game, Alberta versus Manitoba. See you in a bit.
3 p.m. Atlantic.
That's right.
Bye now.
Not Eastern.